Nailed it.
Nailed
Got
it.
All right, yeah.
Nailed it, guys.
Yeah. Hello and welcome to the 71st Planet Destiny podcast, where we actually have stuff to talk about.
A lot.
And it all happened in the last 2 hours.
Not all
Yes.
the last 2 hours, not
Pretty
all the
much,
last 2
though.
hours, but there's been a lot of stuff happening this week. The Bungie ride along for the raid. This is the first ride along to a raid that they've actually done.
Yeah.
That was pretty interesting. We'll talk about that a bit. I'm sure everyone wants to talk about this apparently leaked image of Lord Saladin with an axe and possibly the new Destiny expansion
And wolves.
or thing, and then
Wolves.
wolves. Yeah,
It's a Call of Duty Ghosts all over again. Oh my god.
It's basically House of Wolves 2.0 because there's like this
There's
picture
wolves?
with a bunch of wolves on it, and today
Wolves.
is the exact 1 year anniversary of House of Wolves being released as well. So
Oh, jam.
this is
You're
some
right.
Illuminati
Half-Life 3
stuff.
confirmed.
Yeah.
Oh my
there's
God,
3
let's go.
wolves. And there's
There
3
you go.
wolves. It is Half-Life 3 confirmed. This is not a Destiny expansion leak. This is a Half-Life 3 leak confirmed.
Half-Life
Alright.
3, 3 wolves, broken wall.
Mhm.
Game
Broken
of Thrones
wall.
is going to connect to Half-Life 3 and make an Uber child in Destiny.
Lord Saladin is king of the wall.
Yes.
There we
King
go.
of the North. The King of the North.
Uh,
All right, so we can get into actually talking about stuff.
Yes.
I suppose one of the minor things that happened this week in Destiny. Have you
Ride-along?
guys seen not the ride along, but the
ammo.
is it the ammo the ammo glitch that surfaced on Tuesday? Yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I'm super
not-
sad.
I'm not going to explain how to do the glitch because
Nope.
I'm
No.
sure if you
God,
really
no.
want to know how to do it, you can Google it and figure it
can-
out from there.
There's a lot
Unless
of
you're a
people that
good
are more
person.
than willing to show
Yeah.
you.
Unless
Yeah.
you don't want to have bad things. So this is connected to something that we're obviously going to talk about as well that
Is it?
Bungie talked about.
it?
Well, certain events getting canceled.
Oh,
but
yes.
Yeah.
this have you guys ran into the glitch in PvP?
I specifically have been avoiding PvP,
I haven't had
even
it
though it
just
hasn't.
against me.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
I played I think like 15 matches or something like that last night in regular control and Rift.
Mhm.
I don't think I saw it. Don't think I
You
saw it
think
once.
you did.
I haven't.
I don't think, because like sometimes I just get salty and everything turns to red, and I like don't know who I'm shooting and who I'm,
Sounds like a normal
who I'm like,
experience.
just feeling anger over skill-based matchmaking. But it seems that it's going to catch like wildfire, and
Mhm.
Bungie's aware of it, and that's why
It's
certain
like
events were
the
canceled.
Night Stalker glitch where,
Yeah.
there were a lot of Night Stalkers running around using Quiver and the helm, and then they were, shooting off 2 blasts and then going into a menu and then shooting off 2. You could just continually do that for an entire match. I might have done that
Yeah.
a couple times just to get footage for using the super.
Just for testing.
It's just for
Purely
footage.
for testing.
Just
Purely
for footage,
testing.
honest.
Just for science.
It's just footage, honestly.
Yeah.
I felt like a piece of shit for doing it.
So this
Generally
one
not. I
basically
haven't
gives you
really seen
unlimited rocket ammo, right?
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
From the
Yeah.
beginning of the game.
In a short synopsis, there's something going on with Clown Cartridge and Cocoon that's creating an awful experience for people that want to play the game legit. And it's bad, yeah, because like I think CC Coon came in my chat last night and was talking about somebody had like 70 rounds of Galahorn in their mag.
Oh god.
Oh my god, no.
It's like
that's
what?
terrible.
I think in the magazine, yeah.
I kind of want to go into like PvE and just do like a
It works in
rockets
Patrol.
only raid. Just do like a rockets only raid.
It works in patrol as well. Is that what you said?
Yeah, people.
It
Yeah,
works.
somebody tested it in Patrol. Yeah, works. Yeah.
It works everywhere. But yeah, basically you can have however much heavy ammo that you want to have. And so in response to this, Bungie has decided they're canceling trials this weekend, which yeah,
is a huge deal, actually.
That's big.
It's like the biggest day for most Destiny Twitch streamers. It's
Yeah.
always
streaming it this weekend, but
Yeah, and it's what always brings people back to Destiny too. Like, say if there's a Destiny streamer or Destiny players and they're playing other games, Trials is the one thing that they come back and they're like, it's Trials of Osiris time, I want to play Trials. So for that to be canceled is a pretty big deal.
It's big. I made plans myself. I was like, you know what? I want to play more Trials this weekend. Made plans, and then boom. Thanks, heavy ammo glitch. Thanks.
I'd prefer it if they kind of just like let it fly and anyone caught using it just was banned from Trials that weekend.
Well,
I'll deal with it.
Can you imagine though how annoying it would be? Like if you're on your 9th win and all of a sudden like the opposing team is just rockets for days.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's an easy mode for anybody that's never been to the Lighthouse also, and they're like, hey, we could just do this heavy ammo glitch. And you know, you're not hacking the system. You're not actually changing memory bits or anything like that. It's technically in the game right now. You know, so they can't ban people for that either.
No, you could like have them not be allowed to play Trials. I know they've done that before.
Yeah.
Even if it's just for that weekend. But yeah, I know it would be really frustrating. I just enjoy playing Trials of Osiris as a game mode. But I think even if I came against a bunch of rockets, I'd be like, okay, guys, let's try and kill them. But yeah,
Quite
I know.
the challenge.
It's going to be... I haven't really seen it that much in regular Crucible, but I know that Trials of Osiris...
It takes time for it to actually happen, and if you're trying to focus on doing that in a Trials match, chances are you're going to get overwhelmed that the other team just kind of rushes.
Right.
But banning people for that offense and letting Trials kind of ride... No, I think this is the safer option for them.
It's definitely the safer option.
It is a bummer that Trials got canceled for the weekend, though. Hopefully they get the glitch fixed, too, so it's not an ongoing thing.
Yeah. Apparently, I don't know.
Didn't they ban Iron Banner also?
They can ban Iron Banner.
I mean, not ban. I'm sorry.
Lord Paladin, you're banned.
Not banned. Sorry. Ban is all over my brain right now. They canceled Iron Banner. Right?
I believe that's what. Let's see. They talked about it in the thing this week. Heavy image and come on, you're with your flowery prose, Deej. Where's the use
so
of
much
it?
flower
In the Guardians. Sled more. In the meantime, these things happen, so please don't panic. We're on the case, and we've slayed more dreaded bugs than these. In the meantime, Trials of Osiris canceled. The thought of the Trials. Yeah, they only talk about Trials of Osiris. Oh, the same holding pattern applies to Iron Banner. Lord Saladin will be granted approach to the tower once our work is done. Okay, so basically, this might take a while to fix.
It could be an ongoing thing for multiple weeks if they don't get it fixed right away.
We
know about the spaghetti code in Destiny where everything seems to touch something else in 6 different places.
It does.
So fixing this bug could be harder than just fixing this bug.
Yeah.
Remove rocket launches from the game.
Well, yeah, there's like several steps. Like, okay.
Don't take my Galahorn.
Like, maybe some hot patches. Okay, the first really broad hot patch that would be bad would be all rocket launchers now have 0 ammo. Okay, so that's one thing. The other thing is maybe they can make Clown Cartridge just not work anymore. Like you know how they took off the Black Hammer perk for, the white nail? They just took it off completely for when they were fixing it. How about they just make Clown Cartridge unusable?
Well, that sounds easy, right? But once you actually start coding it, like how long did it take them to get rid of Final Round on snipers? It took forever.
And Black Hammer had White Nail exclusive perk just to it, so it's just doing.
I mean, it sounds like an easy fix, but who knows how long it'll take to actually code it?
Right, but the thing is, White Nail was just that perk. Final Round wasn't really like, hey, do we take away Final Round? It was more like, what do we do politically for that weapon or for that usage of Final Round? It wasn't so much as it's just straight up broken in the game.
How long did it take them to fix the quiver one? It was a few weeks, right?
2 weeks.
It was
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they disabled quiver. You know.
Yeah, they delayed trials happening. I think if that was right.
Yeah, at the beginning of the
right. Yeah, you're right.
Nobody seemed to care at the time because we had all that fresh content, but
yeah, we had a lot of
a little more.
Hey, it just means we get to go do Prison of Elders even more, right?
Hey, let's do it.
Where you can probably use the rocket glitch to have a lot of fun.
Did you guys run Prison of Elders yet this week?
No.
Challenge of Elders?
No.
It was harder this week.
The modifiers did not look like they were as what's the word I'm looking? Helpful as they normally are.
I think I died more in Challenge of Elders this week than I have in like all the weeks up to this combined.
I'm really glad because I had the exact same experience. It's you get precision bonus. I believe it's fresh troops, is it?
Yeah.
Or it's fresh troops, and then your shield recharge, right? Isn't it? Isn't that what
I don't
it is?
remember what the third one is.
Trickle?
Trickle?
No,
Trickle?
it was Juggler.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, it was Juggler.
Okay.
Yeah. It feels like the enemies are higher level and do more damage. Did you feel that way?
Yeah, I just felt like I was dying frequently.
Seriously, I didn't know
the
what.
first room you walk into. There's a ton of witches. There's a ton of hive witches, and they just like bombard you.
They just melt you.
Yeah, it just felt like, especially in that first room, it just felt harder. Not hard, but harder.
It didn't feel like the last few weeks. It felt like, what the hell? This is not easy.
Like, actually got to put your pants on, get ready to go.
I didn't expect it because I jumped in there on the Xbox and I was like, what is going on? Why are we dying?
When I played Challenge of Elders, I'm half looking at chat and half looking at the screen, but I found I really had to try and stay alive.
Do you guys think
was
that
weird.
it was kind of a mistake for Bungie to like the first 2 weeks, really 3 weeks for that matter, of Challenge of Elders is pretty easy. Like, do you think that it was kind of a mistake doing that because maybe it gave people the wrong impression of the level of difficulty that it could have?
I think the mistake is the cumulative score. I think if you went in there and you had one shot to get the challenges done, I think it'd be a lot more fun. So the difficulty wouldn't be in survivability; it'd be in score. Get your score up, as you know, and actually make those challenges like somewhat difficult to reach. Right. So if it's precisions, you really have to get precisions on each level. Right now, it's like you're probably gonna get the 1 round one on the first round, and then the cumulative one you just kind of play until you get it. It's like no big deal. It almost becomes more of a chore. I think that is that was a mistake, and they should have made those challenges a little more challenging. And you get one shot, like a Nightfall from year one. Like
agreed.
It's all or nothing.
Yeah. Also, the Cabal room. Just take it out. Nobody likes it.
Nobody likes that shit. Just fucking scions.
Get out of here.
Scions.
Okay.
All right. Can we talk about this image? Because I am hyped about this.
Okay.
thing.
Okay. We'll just we'll just
We're gonna spend a lot of time here. Let's just do it.
We'll just dive right into it.
I'll put it up on screen.
All
right.
Builders.
Boom. There it is.
So,
All right.
Briar, you specifically want to talk about this one?
Yeah. So this is a leaked image. We have no idea if it's real or not. We don't know if it's. We don't know anything about this, right? It just got linked on Reddit, and you said you also saw it on the Bungie forums, right?
This is so hot. This is so hot. It might not have been cooked all the way, and we might get salmonella from it not being cooked all the way through.
Now, there's a bunch of cool stuff on this image. One is Rise of Iron. It's a name that we haven't heard before. We don't know if that's going to be an expansion or a live event. We don't know anything about it, really. We see Lord Saladin in the picture, front and center, holding a flaming axe.
Badass axe.
Wolves around him. And he looks like he is either guarding or has come through a break in the wall for the last city that protects the last
Twilight Gap, perhaps.
Twilight Gap,
very snowy.
Yeah, he's got that cape
Never
or
had
the
snow
coat,
before.
right? Just the wolves are so. I mean,
there's also wolves.
Well, okay. First question. So Twilight Gap. So somewhere on Earth, obviously, right? Because there's wolves. So that would definitely mean Earth.
Looks like it takes place at the wall. You can see some of the Russian on just to the left of his axe. You can see a little bit of what looks like the Russian.
Oh yeah. So this is
space
probably
agency.
the Cosmodrome, not the wall for the last city.
Yeah.
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 Okay. That would explain the snow as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, all right, we're looking at Earth. We're talking about Lord Saladin. Lord Saladin is a really cool character that, the Iron Banner comes around. You get to hear him kind of grumble a little bit. Guardian, are you the champion? Blah, blah, blah,
I like when he goes off, though. When he goes
it's awesome.
like a big kill streak and he's just mouthing off. He gets so excited. He's like a 10-year-old kid all of a sudden.
But both Shax and him do that. It's awesome.
Yeah, so we're obviously hoping that we get to expand on that story right there. Like he's going to lead some sort of thing that we're going to be a part of with, it looks like it's going to be on Earth. A lot of people are thinking, is a Cabal raid coming next? Do you think this poster leads anything towards that at all?
No.
No, I mean it doesn't have any indication of the Cabal at all. You see, we see the Cosmodrome, we see Lord Saladin, we see some wolves. The Rise of Iron thing does indicate to me a little bit of Cabal, just because I equate them personally with like mechanized, instruments of war. So I could see that a little bit, but the fact that Rise of Iron and Lord Saladin are in the same picture, it makes me think of Iron Banner, very distinctly. Like it's a 1-to-1 ratio.
Right, the story of the Iron Banner and the Iron Lords, and really delving into that and seeing their story. And the fact that we're seeing Lord Saladin like on this poster is like, are we going to get to experience him within his story? That would be so exciting for me. Because Iron Banner is something that we've experienced since the beta. We've had Iron Banner around, but actually in game, in terms of the story and what's behind it, we don't really know anything. We just have their weapons, and we have Iron Banner that comes around every month that we play. So to actually know their story would be so exciting, and to actually see Lord Saladin in the battlefield, not just standing there giving us bounties. That would be amazing.
I mean, he goes away for 3 to 4 weeks at a time. What is he doing? Is he eating bonbons? No, he's crushing skulls with an axe.
With a flaming axe.
Yeah.
That's right. He's a badass.
It looks like he cleaved like just this giant section out of the wall with the axe from the other side. I mean, that the wall is currently on fire in parts. He has a flaming axe, and I'm going to think that he did that.
Looks like it.
Yeah.
And if this is a huge indication of a PvP, huge expansion to PvP, we'd be talking new game modes. We could even be expecting like the faction stuff we've talked about. If it's an expansion that is heavily focused on PvP, which is kind of what Rise of Iron indicates.
What if they change the Iron Banner into ranked playlists?
That would be awesome.
Beautiful.
And you get a pet wolf for being like Diamond.
Oh my God.
Back.
Riley. There's something also that we should address first before we get deeper in the poster. The validity of it. And like the cues of whether or not it's fake or real. So I'll kick it off. First off, the detail. In order to create a poster like this, you have to be an incredibly accomplished artist with the amount of detail that's in this thing. So that right there lends a lot to be like, I think this is real.
Also, the pictures of it are all like a printed out picture that somebody then took a photo of, right?
This is from a very professional printing place. You can see the printer's marks at the top for registration.
I didn't post that picture in here. I just posted the actual.
Well,
just so people know.
There was an original one that hasn't been cropped down. That was looks like it was posted from the facility that printed off the image, and it's got a bunch of registration.
Somebody's gonna get fired.
Yes,
someone's
getting an earful right.
Well,
even
if that's real, like if it's real, like I was fooled a couple of weeks ago when we saw somebody actually 3D printed a prototype of the Nintendo. NXT is it NX
controller, the NX
controller? Like I was completely fooled by that because they took the patent, they 3D printed a real thing out of this, and then they took pictures of it out in the real world. So that's just another way that you can then like make it look more real, and that could be what they did here, right? Because that would also cover up some Photoshop errors, right? Is if you did this in Photoshop and then you print it out and then you take a cell phone photo of it, a lot of the little errors are going to be kind of covered up by the low image quality, and it is a fairly low quality image.
That's true, but if you zoom in, like you can see a lot of details and not like the axe, details in the handle of the axe, details in Saladin.
Like Bungie's work.
It does.
It does.
I'm inclined to say that it's real just because of the detail, the fact that the art is very on point with how Destiny stuff looks. It looks real to me. I might be completely wrong, and we just would be called stupid idiots.
It can go either way. For me, okay, I'm gonna open it up. Okay, let's. I'm dicking around in Photoshop now. the thing that looks ever so slightly off, but this could just be the perspective and the low thing, is like the kerning of the text Destiny is a little bit spaced. It's a little bit spaced out from what it normally is. There's no cracks in the Destiny tricorn, although that could just be a completely new design decision, or that could be a very low res or part of the low res thing that I can't see.
Yeah, it's hard to tell if there are cracks in there.
There could be cracks in there.
Also, it's worth saying that the original picture was somebody holding a phone vertically and taking a picture of a image that was flat on a table. So the perspective is skewed, and then some people have changed the perspective of the photo to try and make it look a little better.
Oh, I'm gonna do that right now.
So one of the things I see when I look at the photo is the axe looks a little bit bent to me, especially around his right hand. It doesn't look like an exactly straight line, but again, that could be from changing the perspective of the photo
that's the curve of the actual print itself.
So yeah, it's like, I don't know that it's real. I want it to be real. I'm going to assume it's real until I hear differently, because I really want to speculate about this image a ton. I love the fact that he's holding a flaming axe, and I hope that it becomes a playable weapon in the game because, I mean, it just looks like fun without even knowing what it does. I want to be able to throw that thing. I want to be able to swing that thing.
Hell yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah. The fact that there is a flaming axe, I find to be very, very interesting, because that can go into multiple things. It could be a weapon. It could be maybe a weapon in the world that you get to pick up and run around with. It could be a further subclass of hammer titans. Like, you decide to be a solar titan. Do you want hammers or do you want an axe? So, and if that's the case, then you'd be looking at different things for all subclasses, not just Solar Titans. So that's super exciting to me too, that maybe we'd be getting in this expansion change to subclasses. At least a change, if not adding more stuff to them.
That'd be interesting.
I've been wondering also, is this a indication of the next expansion, right? Is this going to be kind of the story background for the next expansion? Is this maybe something about the next live team event? Is the next live team event, instead of being, like a SRL or something like that, are they going to expand upon the Iron Banner at some point during the summer? That would be really exciting to kind of hold us over until the expansion in September. I mean,
that was actually what I was thinking too, because this is the obvious question is this the fall expansion? Are we looking at Rise of Iron as the new Taken King? And if we are, one side of me says, oh, this looks a little pigeonholed for the kind of scope that I want, but the other side is, this could be really awesome if they make the Twilight Gap experience, or whatever Earth kind of raid. We've never had an Earth raid before. It could be really exciting. But Briar, you're absolutely right. A live team patch could come in and be like, here's a new Iron Banner experience that we've been working on, and we're going to announce it at E3.
I mean, that's not unprecedented. We saw Sparrow Racing League from
the PlayStation experience. I've been thinking that we were going to hear about the next expansion at E3, but it could be that
they could just be part of
E3. They focus on this next live event and then hold on to, because I know I have a lot of people have a disagreeing opinion on this, but I felt like that they showed the Taken King too early last year, right? Whereas they were drip feeding us information all throughout the summer last year, to the point where a lot of the Taken King we knew about before we even got the game. So if they were to do something like this, where this is a live event, and it gets us excited to play Destiny, right? Maybe it comes out in August or something, or June or whenever. And then after that, they start drip feeding us information about the next expansion. It would just be, I think it would be a better media cycle for them, because people wouldn't get sick of hearing about the Taken King, and they wouldn't lose that audience. And it would give us something to do over the summer, which they sorely need. But I don't know. This is all speculation, obviously.
Yep.
I didn't mind when they drip fed the Taken King. Got me excited, actually.
I know I have an unpopular opinion on that, but
no, and that's fine too. I mean, me seeing this poster immediately makes me go, I want to play everything again. Yes. I'm excited.
Guerrilla marketing, man. Guerrilla marketing. It's like they're make us think that they leaked it.
I wonder that too.
And
I wonder if Deej took the picture.
Deej is there on Snapchat.
Yeah, he's like, this is perfect.
Okay,
Somebody look at the metadata.
Okay, by the way, the text is, or the Destiny text is absolutely like perfectly straight on.
It's spot on.
It's spot on.
I'm saying it's real. Pet wolves and Titans get capes.
Oh my god,
it's so
that'd be fun.
It's so detailed. I mean, you have to be a professional artist to produce this type of image
and
this level of
like
detail.
It's just reused assets from something else. It's not like we've seen that picture of the wall before or that picture of Lord Saladin before. I mean, those wolves, I swear to God, they come from my T-shirt. They look exactly the same as my T-shirt. But other than that, they look pretty original.
The one that you bought at like the magic shop or something, or like the crystal shop. Here I have my amethyst, and these are the wolf shirts. Exactly.
All right.
Yeah, I think it looks too detailed and too professional to not have had somebody with a budget behind it. You know?
Yeah. It's a professionally printed image with the markings at the top of it. That's typical for mass production.
If it is a fake, it's a damn good fake.
Someone put some serious work into this, and we commend you because you have thrown the entire Destiny community for a huge loop.
Exactly.
Yeah. This is like the Rezel Azir thing that got posted a while back to Reddit. I'm not sure if you guys paid attention to that at all, but basically like this, the second that the April update went out, or not the second, it was like 18 minutes after it went out, someone posted a thread to Reddit saying, "Hey, here's the location of this ghost." I think his name was like Rezel Azir, and then
it was referenced in the ghost.
Yeah, it was referenced in the ghost that you find. And then someone said, "Wait, how could you find this? Most of us are still downloading the patch. What's up?" And the post got deleted. Yeah. And then of course in this thread showing this image, that post got deleted and the username deleted as well. So there's
Deej. Do it.
It's an exciting image, man. I love the cut in the wall. Like it to me.
Yes.
What is that? Is that somebody's attacking the wall? Lord Saladin is on guard.
No, that's Lord Saladin himself. He's just like practicing.
He just took that axe. And was like, we're done with this wall.
That's his super.
PvP mode where you have
to.
That's his super.
Chop down walls.
He literally destroys buildings with his super.
That cape also is completely fantastic in every conceivable way, and I hope that's a item that I can get for my Titan. Usually the class item for Titans is that kind of toilet paper thing, but a bearskin cape.
Your hand towel,
way better.
your kitchen towel on the side of you.
Yeah,
bath towel.
Sometimes they glow, sometimes they don't. Whatever.
A lot about this image has me excited. The fact that it's on Earth, which would be if we are being on Earth, that will be an Earth raid, which we haven't had. The fact that there's snow and it's wintry looking, we've never experienced that in the world.
We all know
either.
that Bungie employees are just Game of Thrones fans, and they're excited
they're just like
that winter is coming.
Dude, honestly, you look at this, Dark Souls and Game of Thrones in that poster right there.
Yeah. The only thing that I don't like about it, and you touched on it, Miss 5000 Watts, is that if it is a raid on Earth, then obviously it's going to happen at the Cosmodrome, which I would have rather had a brand new patrol area if we're getting a raid on Earth. Or if this is an expansion, I'd much rather see it happen in a brand new
European Dead Zone.
Well, if that wall looks like it's the Cosmodrome.
It could be European, still have Russian text on it. I mean, we see Chinese and Japanese, or we see Japanese text like all over the game as well.
Yeah, and also it could be the beginning of the thing that causes the thing that leads to the end of the story. So this might be like the onset.
This is the equivalent of in World of Warcraft when they wanted to.
Where are we at? 30 minutes.
30 minutes in the podcast. In World of Warcraft, when they wanted to set up like a newer story coming down the road, they had like a specific faction in the game that would basically allow them to do prequels without like messing with things. They had a specific faction of dragons that were the keepers of time, and you could like go back and say, hey, the timelines are becoming muddled. Someone's trying to mess with them, and you go back and you experience the event and make sure that it goes according to plan, because that doesn't mess with people's time travel crap. Anyway, so I mean, we could be experiencing like the Battle of Twilight Gap in a way.
Or what if the Cosmodrome gets attacked, and that basically transforms it into a brand new patrol, right? Imagine if it's like a cataclysmic attack.
That's I'm down for that.
You recognize some stuff in there, but for the most part, like stuff is rearranged. There's different tunnels going to different places.
So basically, World of Warcraft Cataclysm.
I specifically used that word for that reason.
Nice.
Well, I mean, that would be cool because we'd get that new patrol area. I don't know if it'd be wise to erase an old patrol area, though, when we're so light on content.
It didn't go over well in WoW, I can tell you that much.
Okay, let me pitch this to you guys.
Okay.
The story has opened up to the fact that the Cabal kind of hate us. I mean, they hate us.
A little bit. We did kill a lot of people.
Where do we preside after we've done our bidding? The tower, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the Cabal is attacking the tower, and that's the Cabal raid. Going through all this, the stuff is happening.
The defense of the tower?
Defense of the tower type of raid.
I would kind of love that.
The
fact that like your home is being turned into this place of war.
And it flipped like the idea of a raid completely on its side, because you're not going in and raiding. Somebody's raiding you. You're the defenders.
We're getting raided.
Whoa! So that's it. We're not doing a raid. We are the raid.
We're the raid bosses.
We're the raid bosses. All right, I think that's what we should confirm. Moving forward, that is confirmed fact. Okay. We are now the raid bosses in the fall expansion.
Also,
the tower.
Also, this is a tower defense app that you download on your phone. Has nothing to do with the base game.
Right, microtransactions. It's a free-to-play app.
Exactly.
This is where they introduce the MOBA type game mode right here.
Exactly.
This is how they do it
right now. That's the thing right now is everyone's coming out with a MOBA. Destiny needs to have a MOBA type tower.
This is it. This is it. And you're gonna pick characters. You can pick Lord Saladin. You could pick Shax.
Oh man. I didn't realize how much I wanted that.
And then you're like, oh wait a minute.
Now
I need that. Yeah. Now you're sad that we're just
Bungie. Could you please make an app for all the phones? Include the Windows phones user too, just to make them happy. And make it so that
you still a thing.
No, and you get to play like a tower defense game on your phone when I'm not able to play Destiny, and then you can earn stuff in the actual game, and you get to play as like Lord Saladin or
we're talking about, man.
There we go.
I'll take an app in lieu of that. I'll just take an app that has buttons on it I can press that make Lord Saladin noises.
Yes.
Yeah. That sounds good too.
A side topic. I don't know if you guys played the new Doom campaign. There's a secret that you can find in there that lets you play old school Doom as Candy Crush, and it's fantastic. I want it on my phone.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Or Bejeweled, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
I'm really excited.
I'm thrilled about this. I'm like so excited that there's some sort of juicy piece of content. The biggest question really is this a summer release or is this the fall expansion?
Yeah. Yeah. I really hope it's a summer release. That would get me so excited because it'd be like a little juicy nugget. Maybe like if they were to expand upon Iron Banner, because Iron Banner we've had since Vanilla Destiny at this point. It feels it's changed a little bit. They added some game modes to it, but it feels like Vanilla Destiny to me. It just it's not that fresh. I do it because I want the gear usually, and it's a nice opportunity to play with viewers when I'm Twitch streaming. But for the most part, it just feels like Vanilla Destiny. Like, and compare it to Trials of Osiris, which is so much more exciting. It'd be great for them to switch up Iron Banner. It's definitely within the reach of the live team to do so, right? It's to make some modifications to the Iron Banner that kind of amp up the gameplay a little bit. An SRL style live update, that could be really cool for the Iron Banner, and it would add some hype for the summer. I think that PvE players would be upset that PvP players are getting another thing and they're left behind. But maybe they could add some missions in. I don't know. It's so much harder. It's so much harder to create PvE content.
It is. It definitely takes a lot longer. Like with
content.
Right, with PvP, you can be like, oh, let's create a new game mode and let's put it in there. With
you already
PvE,
got the maps. You got everything you need.
Exactly. But I wouldn't be surprised if this is an indication of us getting some pretty big new game modes for PvP. Yeah. It's focused on.
You can't think about like the Iron Lords without thinking about PvP. You just can't.
No. Yeah. And if they were to make it like a ranked like side part of the Crucible, like if Iron Banner was going to be, this like, separate part of the Crucible that's always around and it's just ranked and it's set up more for competitive play, then that would allow the Crucible to be a little more of a casual experience, similar to other games that have ranked in casual playlists. That could be cool.
Yeah. Well,
so much could be coming. There's so much.
So the Lord of Iron, or the Lords. There's multiple lords.
Yeah,
I don't know the lore behind this.
The weapons from year 1 were all named after the Lords of Iron, and the weapons from year 2 are named after. I can't remember what they're called, but they're like the successors to the Lords of Iron.
So there's these Lords of Iron. Lord Saladin is one of them, right?
Yeah, we need the lore guy sometimes.
Maybe
we need a
maybe not.
More guys.
Because the idea, I hear you about them expanding Iron Banner, and I think they would, but also I really love the idea of the fact that Lord Saladin and the Lords of Iron come together to do this massive task of whether or not it's defending the city or going after the Cabal that want to kill us because we blew up stuff that they wanted and all that, or we prevented them from blowing up the solar system. That just sounds so cool that we get to, get into cahoots or whatever with the Lords of Iron.
Yeah.
I want that story.
Speaking about PvE, I know it's like, of course, it's a PvP focused update. That's what you think as soon as you see Rise of the Iron. But if we're being able to explore the stories of these Iron Lords, that's going to be in a PvE kind of context.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I would be so down to just explore the stories of these lords.
What if it was even like quests that brought you through the PvP arenas, right? Like similar to how we got our third subclasses on all our characters, how they brought us to PvP arenas, used them for PvE, they reused that content, but in a new way. They could do something like that,
That would be cool too. Those quests were one of my favorite things.
They were pretty cool.
The new stuff. They were cool. It made you feel epic, and it was just like you got to play around with the new super. It was really, really well done.
Yeah, they were well designed and very fun.
Yeah,
and epic. Epic is the right word.
Yeah, it just seems like, Guardians fighting each other in the Crucible is what we do on our off time when we're not protecting the tower.
It's true. I love the idea of being attacked in the tower.
Yeah,
it's just amazing. Like you can have a timed event every 5 minutes or something in your instance. Dudes just come and attack the tower.
Ryan's in chat. He says that Kotaku put up an article that says the Rise of Iron expansion will feature a new raid, likely Fallen themed, and will be larger than both Year 1 DLC packs, according to a source.
Let's see what the source is.
Jason
Schreier doing the? He's been the guy that
he's been 3 out of 3. So
there it is. Rise of Iron will be an expansion. It's the name of the expansion.
It's for sure
it's
PvE
have a
also.
Fallen themed raid. I was not expecting a Fallen themed raid.
No, it says likely Fallen themed.
Likely.
Not
it would make
larger
sense
than
for this
both
being
Year 1 DLC packs. So that'd be about the size of Taken King, right? That's
combined or just larger than both.
Both
separate?
Year 1 DLC packs. There was 3 total.
No.
House of
Taken
Wolves,
King was
Darkness.
the start of
Taken King was Year 2.
Yeah,
so both
Dark
House of
Below
Wolves
House of Wolves.
Yeah.
It's not clear how this expansion. I think.
Oh,
there's nothing in here that is really confirmation.
Yeah, you're right. My bad.
Basically, this is just kind of. This is kind of going off of rumors.
All right, so we got.
He's been right on the pass though.
Raid in the Cosmodrome. That would be really exciting too. I like the Fallen. And I know a
love
lot
the
of people are
Fallen.
speculating about a Cabal raid, but I think the Fallen are one of the most interesting races because they used to be like us. The Traveler used to have the light of the Traveler, and they lost that, and they want it back.
Agree. Yeah,
and I find that to be hugely interesting. And they've attacked the city before, and maybe they're planning on doing it again.
Nice. Yeah. I completely. For some reason, I saw 3 in my mind about DLCs, but yeah, it was only 2 DLCs in year 1. So we're talking about Dark Below and House of Wolves being larger than that kind of expansion. So was the Taken King larger than those 2 expansions?
Yeah, I mean, it has.
Yes,
I would say so.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
So essentially, a Taken King size expansion is what we're looking at.
That's awesome. Hopefully, it won't be the only thing we get in year 3.
Keep in mind,
I wouldn't hold your breath.
Kotaku.
But they've been okay. I used to think that too.
Good.
I used to think that too, but I think they've been 3 out of 3 so far on their rumors.
And they do say 2 sources familiar with Bungie confirmed the authenticity of this poster to Kotaku tonight.
Yeah.
The Rise of Iron expansion will feature a new raid, likely a Fallen theme.
Half our podcast just got thrown out.
Yeah, well, all right.
I gotta ruin the speculation.
I'm excited.
I'm gonna run on this for 2 weeks.
Damn you,
I'm
Jason
excited.
Stringer.
I am excited though to hear that we're getting a Fallen themed raid. That would be a lot of fun. And if it does happen on Earth, that'd be, or like even if we get new missions on Earth and they bring us out to space to maybe a fallen catch and we invade a fallen catch, that could be cool. We've kind of done that in missions already though, so
yeah.
I don't know.
I think seeing like the most powerful fallen leader would be extremely exciting because fallen are always with their teleporting.
We need a lore person on this damn podcast. Who is the most powerful fallen leader? There's the fabled Kell of Kells that we're supposed to know about, but we don't know who that is.
Well, he was a traitor to the Fallen.
Oh.
Wasn't he?
There is no Kell of Kells yet.
What?
Don't you listen to Varix at all?
Was trying to become the Kell of Kells.
He thought he was the Kell of Kells, but he was not the Kell of Kells.
That's the thing with the Fallen, right? Like they have so many different factions, and each of them think they're really powerful.
Yeah,
so it'd be nice
very
to
confusing.
see like the most powerful.
So there
Fallen.
is, we need.
Well, maybe that's what it'll be.
No, here's the thing.
Get a Kell of Kells to bring the Fallen together, and they come and attack the city.
They're definitely not going to do that this early. Okay, in the 10-year scope, they're not going to give us the most powerful Fallen in year 3. They're not going to do that. They're going to give us the most powerful Fallen on Earth in year 3. Yeah. But I'm sure the Fallen are chilling out somewhere else, doing whatever to different planetary systems.
We should just get Bife on the podcast because we've been meaning to get him onto the podcast at some point. And I'm sure once he finishes his degree and school and stuff, he'll gladly get on over here, and we can just have
his political degree.
We can have a podcast completely devoted to answering our questions about.
There you go. That sounds great.
What happened with
the House of Kings are the most powerful on Earth,
okay.
and we haven't seen the Kell of the House of Kings.
There we go.
Come on, Game of Thrones and Dark Souls.
It's the House of Kings. So there's more than one Kell, and then they combine together like a super Kell Voltron.
Ultra Kell.
Wouldn't it be cool? Because they can teleport. Fallen can teleport. If they could maybe teleport you places, so as you're fighting, you're just being teleported to various different things. And
that's cool. I like that.
That's already confirmed from the just that one fight at the end in
Orbix Prime.
In Orbix Prime when he gets pissed that you're camping and just shooting his glowy eye, so then he teleports you to a different location so you can then move and keep shooting him in the glowy eye.
He was the resurrected version of Sepix Prime from the Strike, right?
I don't lore. I don't know.
I don't lore.
I just miss Sepix, that's all. I think about Sepix sometimes. I'm like,
I tried to make my name Sepix Prime in World of Warcraft for the new character I made. It was taken.
Damn.
And so was Oryx,
that's just full of puns.
Lord Shax, basically every single Destiny name was taken, and
any name that doesn't have hyphens or underscores or numbers in it was taken.
Or underscores or unders or numbers in World of Warcraft. Yeah.
That's really exciting. I definitely agree with you, Briar, on the Fallen being such an exciting race. There's just so much to them. There's so much to them. And also I love the way they look. Like I
do
love
too.
I love the way they look. I am so down to get better looking Fallen armor than Prison of Elders stuff.
Yeah.
So I'll keep my airplane helmet for my Titan. Thank you.
Me too. That Twilight Garrison.
Ears.
Let's go.
I call it the bunny ears. So
are we? I think we're kind of done talking about this. About the
poster.
Yeah, the poster.
The
yeah, the leak, the poster, whatever this is.
We're getting pet wolves.
Well, so to summarize, for sure, Rise of Iron this fall, and there's going to be a raid, so new PvE, something to do with Lord Saladin. Life's looking good, guys. It's looking good.
Yeah, we'll probably hear more about it at E3 too. More confirmed details at E3.
Yeah.
So down. And I'm sorry, Briar, but you're not going to have anything during the summer. Rip.
Got Overwatch.
That's right, Overwatch,
baby. Before we transition to the next topic, thank you very much to Goth for raiding us. Welcome all raiders.
Yo, Goth dropping the raid.
Dropping the raid on us, and we're going to continue our conversations. We don't want to take too much out of the normally scheduled programming here, but thank you all for joining. Okay, so the ride along was also this weekend, and Watts, you were talking when we were discussing that leak about the about how like the Fallen, you really liked their race. I personally really like the Hive, at least as far as their lore goes. I'm kind of tired of the Hive because we've seen them so much, but it was really cool listening to I can't remember her name, the person that was talking about. I think it might have been. She was talking about how the Hive have a hierarchy during this, and how basically it's completely cool to want to overthrow your leader. They're like, hell yeah, go do it. No, that's cool. That's cool.
The strongest should be at the top,
the
right?
strongest should be at the top. So they want you. They want you to go challenge your leader. And there's a lot of medieval. They were talking about how knights and like actual knights would have their shield outside their tent, and you could go bang on it to challenge them. And it was
just like working at a TGI Fridays. It's a fucking bloodbath.
Where's that bling? You showing that hype? Or whatever it is.
Got 15 pieces of flare.
Flare, that's what it is. Yeah.
But yeah, like it was really cool listening. There were a lot of little things over the course of that. Did you guys get a chance to actually tune into that?
Oh, my internet was ripped when that was going on. I missed it.
God,
I slept in.
It was very interesting.
So Watts, you watched it?
I watched it.
Okay, good. Then at least I can discuss this with someone.
Well, I'd like to hear about it. So
okay. Well, you should honestly watch it. It was
I know
it was really interesting.
It was interesting. They told you about a lot of the lore behind the raid, which was very interesting. Because when you're playing the raid, there's definitely like little nods to, right, there's hints to it, but knowing the detail of how it was written and what is kind of behind all of the encounters and the reason why you have auras and like all this stuff, it was very, very, very interesting.
That's cool.
What was cool was that basically they designed the raid designers designed the encounters, they designed the raid, and then later on the writing team comes in and goes, okay, how can we make this work in the lore? What works? Okay, the Hive do this. Okay, yeah, and then they can go in there and make it all seem, or you would think, well, how are they incorporating lore into this? Well, it's done through very small things like the names of the auras that we were talking about. Apparently the aura in the totems fight, or in the entrance to the war priest, they were talking about how originally it was just called like aura dark, like that was just the name of it, and then they came in and it's called the Death Singers aura or whatever. So then that relates it later on to the Death Singers fight, and how the mechanics would also transfer over there as well. I don't know, for someone who is also designing a raid just for the hell of it, it was really cool to see the different design elements that worked through every single fight as well. And also,
it's cool.
Cosmo is no longer working at Bungie.
Yep.
Yep.
He died.
What?
He died.
Kaz was dead.
He died. I think it was like 4 times in the raid.
Yeah,
it was 3 or 4 times.
Yep.
Man,
On
It was
normal
a good
too,
run.
right?
I mean,
dude, he had a good run as community manager. Yeah, that was pretty good, man.
he made it almost a year, right?
Yeah, it's really close to a year now.
Not bad.
Not bad. Not bad.
Maybe he'll go back to Reddit.
Go back to Reddit, yeah. But even just like when it was the War Priest deems you worthy, that's a nod to the fact that Oryx is constantly being challenged by people. So that was very interesting to learn more about the Hive and learn more about the War Priest and all of that stuff.
Did they talk about the hammering and the clapping? How it relates to, he claps or he hammers the Oryx, hammers the posts. Isn't that
that was
it's a religious.
I think that was them literally just going, wouldn't it be fucking sweet if Oryx just decided to try to swat you down? Like, wouldn't that be awesome? I think that was literally just a design element that worked out in their favor for that.
Yeah.
I've heard people talk about though that it's a religious thing, hammering and clapping and submission to your religion. So he's the idea is that he's making you submit to him or to him taking you instead of just killing you immediately. Because apparently you can just clap and kill you immediately. But I don't know if they talked about that or if that's even something that's real that they thought about.
The only thing that I heard them talk about was that they didn't want him to just be on the edge, and it's just this thing that you fight on the edge. They actually wanted him to come into the map, so you can actually have some kind of interaction with him rather than him just standing on the edge.
Yeah, and at the very beginning when they were talking about how they designed the Oryx fight, they're like, "Well, how do you kill a god?"
Right.
And
bombs,
so
apparently.
Yeah,
bombs.
it was
crazy space bombs.
Yeah, it was using the light that he collected, and like that was like him. I think that was like him collecting. He collected Guardian's light and whatnot of things he's killed, and then he was gonna add you to that, and then it detonates and it hurts him, yada yada, and he loses favor with the darkness and he gains it back, yada yada.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
And it was inspired by Ghostbusters.
The fight was inspired by Ghostbusters.
It was inspired by Ghostbusters. That's correct.
Yeah. That's great.
The original Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters game was really hard. I don't know if it might have been because I was like 7, but it was really difficult.
I think it was just a poorly designed game, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And the original and then the sisters fight before that was inspired a little bit. I think that's what it said, or that might have been. Or that might have been the writer that was talking about it, where she felt that there was inspiration was from the witch sisters in Ocarina of Time, where one's a fire, one's ice, and you have to use their powers against each other with the thing. Yeah.
So there's going to be another one of these next week, right? And then we're not expecting any more until E3.
Crucible one.
Yeah. See,
the Crucible one is the one I've been looking forward to.
This is that. I don't know. This is the leak of that image. I was talking about this I think 2 weeks ago when we saw the original schedule. It's like, okay, the last thing that they're showing us is PvP.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's something more to that. I think they might tease something during that stream about this iron.
They might have to now.
They might have to now. Well,
cat's out of the bag.
No matter what, Bungie march to the beach of their own drum. It could be
100%
burned by leaks in the community, and they will still wait until when they feel that they're going to talk about it.
True.
But yeah, I mean, it could make us think that this could be some PvP stuff coming in this thing.
Yeah.
And that leaked image thing.
God, I'm so excited for this Rise of Iron Man. Like, because the whole point of Iron Banner is getting you ready for battle. If he comes into battle with you, imagine if he's the one. He's the Cade 6 of this. Oh man, it's gonna be so exciting.
I would love
Dude, that's what makes me excited. The fact that like I said, what do Guardians do on their off time? They fight each other to stay battle ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's like, guys, this is real. We have to.
It's time.
Defend.
This is what we were prepared for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So exciting.
Much more epic voice than that.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously, of course, there's going to be PvP elements with it. Obviously, they have to. They can't just...
Everything is launched with some sort of PvP thing
in
mind for the most part, or at least some PvP element into it.
Yep.
But the stream next week is the one that I'm really interested in, and I think they're going over like level design in PvP.
Yeah, that should be good. I hope they talk a little lore too while they're in there. You know, like
they might.
I'm sure they will. Yeah, I'm sure
what's
they will.
What's that smallish map with that kind of cubish thing, kind of floating in the middle that everybody hates because everybody's running around with shotguns?
Anomaly.
Yeah, thank you. That one. I would like to know what that cube is.
It's an anomaly.
Good question.
There you go.
Not good enough. I want more.
I need some chemical composition. I need some sources.
Yeah. That should be a good stream. And then right after that is basically E3, right?
Yeah.
Pretty
Close.
much.
June. Yeah. It's like what, June 13th,
14th.
Yep.
The wonders of the computers. I can go type in E3 and then Google says 2016 date, and it is June 14th through the 16th. June 14th. There we go.
Nice.
Okay.
So yeah,
really soon.
Just under a month.
Not a long wait until that. No. So I mean, I like that they're doing these live streams.
Me too.
I think it's pretty entertaining. It's fun to pick the knowledge out of these guys' brain that designed the game, and you know I'm glad they built that studio. They built it now a few months ago, right before the release of the April update. And I was kind of concerned that they were just going to drop the ball on that after the April update. But to see them kind of doing it at this in between time when they don't necessarily have anything they want to talk about, well, they don't have anything they want to release or hype up. It's nice to see them just kind of digging into these things that we've all kind of wondered about, like the raid. And,
I completely agree.
Deej actually asked yesterday, like, what would anyone be interested in seeing? Because we've gone over this. What else would you guys want to see? I think that's a. What would you guys want to see? Like,
I could do both the old raids.
You'd like to see like a ride along of the old raids?
Yeah.
It sounds cool. It's old content, but yeah, I'd still be interested.
It doesn't matter to me. I mean, one of the best episodes of the show is we spent like an hour talking to Luke Smith about the Vault of Glass, and that was like,
and we had like all these questions like lined up about the raid and taking. Let's okay.
I mean, he was so much more able to talk about Vault of Glass than he was the Taken King, just because it was old content. And I mean, I've listened to that episode twice since we recorded it because it's just so full of cool info. So I mean, the fact that it's old content almost gives him more of a license to talk candidly about it.
To talk about it further, yeah. I don't know what I'd like to see.
The only thing I can think of is like a ride along of Trials of Osiris and just making that game mode and thinking about the loot and making like the lighthouse. Like, where did that idea come from?
That'd be really cool. Yeah.
So I feel like there's a lot to know about Trials just because you do have the lighthouse, which is of course like a whole different space. And there was a bunch of new loot added and armors, and so I think that would be kind of cool. And just thinking about the game mode, like how they came up with that game mode, because it's similar to game modes that we played in other games, but it's also very different.
Yeah,
it feels very unique, and the fact that it's like this 9-win journey to me always felt completely unique.
Right, it's not just like you go into a game and you're playing that game; you're playing for that nine wins.
Right, you're playing for the reward of that lighthouse trip, which adds a lot of pressure to it.
I think I'd like to see. I don't know. I'd like to just see the design process from the point where it's like, okay, the very, very beginning of the design process for something, say an exotic weapon or maybe even an activity. I don't know. They could probably do it for multiple different things, like maybe an exotic weapon from the start of it to the very end when it's in its final state in the game.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
They did a little bit of that in the art direction one, in the art one, but it'd be nice to see them even further expand.
Yeah, I mean, like we saw the design inspiration for the weapon, but we didn't see well how do they think, okay, what's this gun going to do? What
I have
what's
like
going
the sandbox
to make it
guys
exotic.
have their own. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, cool.
I think that would be an interesting stream to see.
I know it right
along. And you could do it for multiple things, because I imagine I don't know if they have all the assets that have been saved around from all that stuff.
Oh, I'm sure they do. They got to have all that backed up. I'd like to see a ride along in Destiny 2. Boom.
I'd like to have a ride along.
You will in 2018.
right along in Destiny 2. It's like, it's not out yet, though. It's been requested from the community.
Doesn't matter.
Gotta do it. Can't let the
Gotta
community
do it,
down.
man. Gotta do it.
Does anyone know in the lore anywhere if it talks about the weapon that Lord Saladin uses? I'd like maybe someone
His
in
axe?
chat will know.
What
Does it say
weapon
axe?
does Lord Saladin use? Destiny.
Because if it's like not an axe, then maybe he's like there was an axe taken by someone and he's like going to take it back.
Take an
and
axe. Confirmed.
Take
An axe.
You gotta take a sword now. You have to take an axe.
It's the new relic. You know how there's always a relic of something,
Yeah, new relic is the flaming axe.
right? Flaming axe. It's what. Oh, would it be awesome if you use that in the raid?
Yeah.
What is the Scorch Cannon from House of Wolves? Maybe it's something like that.
Doesn't say anything.
Swords from.
I'm Googling it and nothing apparent comes up, so I'm going to say we don't know.
We don't know, guys.
We don't know. Could be his weapon. Could not be his weapon.
Maybe that's the. Maybe it's his weapon that he takes up in this battle because he has to.
Guys, it's Lord Saladin. He's a Titan. His weapons are his fists.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
There you go.
Hey, what do you guys think about that patch with the increased or the better melee registration? You guys been seeing that? I found that it really worked. Whatever they did really kind of fixed the job on that.
I've been watching a bunch of streams and I'm not playing as much as I should, but yeah, I've been watching and overall it feels like it's been consistent. However, the connections, if there's a little bit of lag in between you, that shoulder charge range, it feels a little bit too unfair.
It's ridiculous.
Well, so that's the problem, right? Is it's because you understand that guy is in a different spot. It's like getting shot around the corner. That guy didn't shoot you around the corner. He shot you when he could still see you. But by the time that information gets to your screen, you feel like you're around the corner, right? That's the same kind of thing that you're seeing with the melee hit registration. When it feels like that guy hit you from a quarter mile away, he didn't. He hit you from the appropriate distance. It's just that that information has to get relayed both directions.
On my screen, like I had jumped and I'm at the top of my jump. I'm well away from him. But on his screen, I had just jumped, so I wasn't. And I guess the flip of the coin wins for him. So
well, that's the same. Like I was saying, it's the same thing. You thought you were around that corner. You thought you were 3 feet around that corner, and then you just flop over dead, and you see that it was the sniper that was a quarter mile away. They got you. On his screen, he hit you fair and square. On the sniper rifles guy's screen, he hit you while you were still there. It's just that information's got to get relayed to the host and then back to you, and then by that time, you're already around the corner in that quarter second,
Yeah. If you ever see like teams of people rounding the corner and just running at you, and you're thinking, why are they not shooting at me? There's a chance you're ahead of their time, and they are like the game is calculating them being right there during your instance of seeing the packets receiving. So, netcode.
Speaking of lag and netcode. In the article, didn't they also mention that they're going to be making changes? To make matchmaking time take less and reduce lag.
Let me go to Bungie so I can get the exact
pull this up.
The exact quote. But
a healthy competitive ecosystem requires that we meet each other halfway. Well, we won't ban. Okay, no, that's the explosive ordnance thing. Please play nice. Oh, come on, where is it? Where is it? Okay, effective immediately. We are making some targeted adjustments to ensure that all players are able to find high quality match within a reasonable amount of time. The intended result is to shorten matchmaking times and reduce lag. This conversation is never over. Please stay tuned. Yada yada.
That happened, I guess, when this article went out. Because it said effective immediately.
Yeah,
that's great.
I haven't gotten to play.
I haven't played since they said that, but I'm excited for especially tomorrow. We should be playing a good amount of normal Crucible and see what it feels like.
I over last weekend I got to play Destiny. I felt like I should just actually sit down and play the damn game a lot more, and I didn't have. Maybe it's just I haven't been playing enough so that the skill-based matchmaking isn't forcing me into the highest possible skill bracket anymore. But I was getting matches fairly quickly, and they were relatively lag free. I say that until I'd find there'd be 1 or 2 matches that I would get out of every hour where there would be some pretty serious offenders on the enemy team, but also on my team. It would just be a lobby full of yellow and reds.
You're always going to find some red bar guys that get into your lobby because their internet connection may have gotten worse since they were match made. That's just, that's the thing.
Yeah, I've been playing with people, and we've been going into matches. Yesterday we were playing with regular, we were playing with T-Coin, and obviously that's people from all over the world. That's Australia, and we had some people from England as well, and we actually didn't have a lot of lag when we were playing, which I think was probably the first time that we've ever played together and not experienced the most ridiculous lobbies in the world. So that was good. That was a good thing to see.
That's good. Yeah, it really wavers for me sometimes. Like I said last night, the more we played, the more we kept getting matched against the same people. And those same people happen to have questionable connections at times. You know, they say green bar, but, you know, phantom bullets, you can blame phantom bullets from a hand cannon only so much until eventually it's like, well, it's just not registering. The shots just aren't doing damage. So it was a mixed bag last night. The first few games, not a problem with lag, but we were also winning more. And then we started experiencing some more laggy teams. It was also getting later at night too, so that could have been a factor.
Harder to find people.
Yeah, I've noticed that when I play during the daytime, like here, from the hours of like 2 to 10 p.m., the game's fine. But if we start going into the really late hours / early morning hours for me, then it gets bad. It gets really bad for connection. So I'm guessing that's mostly just a population issue then.
Yeah,
probably
that would make sense. You know, a lot of people are going to bed at that time.
Yeah. Did you guys see that Reddit post that I think Derek Carroll responded to?
Yep.
Yeah.
Play strikes.
Should we talk about that?
Sure. We can a little bit. No?
I know we beat the skill-based matchmaking horse, just pummel it constantly. But apparently he said that they haven't touched it since was it March?
Like Derek has said it, Deej has said it, Cosmo has said it. This is coming from a lot of people, so it sounds like they're actually checking their sources here before they say it.
They haven't touched it at all.
They haven't touched it.
The skill-based matchmaking ratios. So, what is going on?
Well, okay, so that post, long story short, there's Derek did not really word something really that well.
Bit of a
is kind of a foot in mouth thing. But later the next day, Fitzy and T-Rex were talking like on Twitter with Derek Carroll, and we got some really, really good information about how matchmaking kind of works, which is something that I think we as a community really want to know and understand a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely.
Because not that it actually helps us on our end, but it's just one of those things that it's nice to know about. And
I completely agree.
Basically it's like local test or trying to matchmake based on local connections is the first thing that it does. It casts like a local net for matches, and then if it proves that it's a match, then they're kind of in the lobby. And then if we can't find anyone else, then it just basically increases the size of the net, and then it also makes it so it's looking for maybe slightly more skilled or slightly less skilled players. So it keeps growing and growing and growing. I don't know, maybe they should, at least that's the way that I understood it.
That's how I understood it too. Yeah.
So
that's how I understood too.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have a kind of an answer on how the skill-based matchmaking actually, or the matchmaking in Destiny actual matches us in for games.
Which is pretty much how we expected it to work, right?
Yeah, for the most
That's
part.
how we expected. The
I'd
problem
be down
is
with
though,
matchmaking right along to like really an
There it
hour
is.
long of just telling us how it works, and they can like
Right?
talk to people on Twitch about it. Might be kind of nice to open up about it.
The thing is, the Crucible feels different from September and October of year 2 than it does right now. Obviously, there's been changes with the actual weapons and all that, but I feel like we're getting different matches. I really do.
It doesn't feel that different to me. I'll be honest with you.
You think it's population? I mean, it might be population purely based.
Yeah.
I just have a tough time believing it's purely population.
It felt bad in December to me, and there's been like Iron Banner events where it felt bad, but right now it doesn't feel that. Since March, it hasn't felt that bad. Sure, I'll get into matches that have a red bar or two in them, and that's really frustrating. Like you still find that you can't do damage to somebody because they're running head first into a wall and you can't damage them, so you like waste the clip on them. You know, stuff like that still happens on occasion, but not nearly as much as it was happening in December.
Yeah.
And now to hear that they're even improving it further, that's good news, because I have experienced the very long wait times to get a match going, and that's frustrating.
Yeah, I think in general, I haven't experienced too many issues. I haven't found it particularly sweaty, and it's one of the first times actually since March that I'm able to play with subscribers from everywhere, and it's not super laggy. Because that's usually the main reason why I'm like, I just kind of want to play on my own because I don't want to experience this lag. But now I'm actually able to play with people from everywhere, and a vast majority of our matches are not that bad. You know, you might find one person who has a bad connection and you're playing against them, but for the most part, I would say that it's been a lot better and a lot easier to play with people from everywhere than it has been before.
And
Nice.
Bungie doesn't share numbers with us about this stuff, so that's all we have to go on is feel. And that, you know, so it's a thing. You know, it's hard to remember exactly how much lag there was in September compared to December, compared to March, compared to now. You know, your brain plays tricks on you too. They say, you know, memory is only so accurate, really.
That's true. It's just
True.
Think about Trials of Osiris in year 1 in the summer. You think about those connections.
Yeah.
Those were arguably the best connections we've ever had.
Yeah, but I still had major issues in year 1. Oh yeah, I had people red barring in Trials of Osiris. I couldn't damage them. Like that did happen.
I
feel like, yes, you're right. The connections were better than they were in the beginning of Trials of Osiris and Taken King, but I feel like they're relatively on par now. I mean, I
feel like every time you get to the 7, 8, 9 matches,
it's a little different in the 7, 8, 9 matches.
Guaranteed people.
That's because it's based upon where you are in the card and not like actual, you know, skill, the whatever they call, you know, like their version of elo. Like it's based upon it's just where you are in the card. That's what.
But are they actually matching people like intentionally? Maybe it's a bug, but are they intentionally matching people across continents?
I mean, maybe the matchmaking system, like we were talking about, where it just casts a wider and wider net until it finds someone. Maybe that's what's happening, and
maybe it's worse in Trials, right? Because it's like they're looking for people specifically around this number of wins on the card, so it's going further and further and further out, and it's finding people in Spain. So.
Right. I mean,
or they just think I live in Spain.
With a reduced player population, which we must have at this point, you're reducing it and reducing it and reducing it in that type of matchmaking to the point where, you're going to have matches that are with people that are very far away.
Yeah.
I just feel like so many people play Trials. It's one of the main Crucible game modes that people like to play. And
but they don't share numbers with us, so we don't know how many there are.
Yeah, it's true.
And then once you get to like that 7th win, how many people right now have 7 wins on their card? You know,
right? But I mean, I've been on first cards or first games, and I've seen people achieve flawless after beating us on a first game because we just happened to get matched up against them.
Yeah, I used to see that a lot more in year 1. I don't see it too often.
I don't think I've actually seen that in year 2. I've seen that a lot in year 1, but not year 2.
You go into the match expecting, okay, this is a warm-up match, you know. Maybe I still got my fusion rifle out. And also, shit, these guys are playing for real.
It happens. Sometimes you go in there, you like the first games are, you know, warm-ups. But you see, that's the thing. In year 2, it seems like game 2 or 3 has been way sweatier than it ever was in year 1. Like you win your first game, it's like cool, and then suddenly the second game is like, here's people with, you know, ELO 2000 and up.
Like the matchmaking has been confirmed that it's based upon the card.
They said they were going to do it that way.
And
they told us at the beginning of the Taken King that's how they were going to do it.
And as far as everything that that people have tested, that's the way that it is. So any type of I'm on the second game, that means you're just facing a really fucking good opponent that's also on their second game ish.
Right.
So,
and that's gonna happen, right? You're gonna have good players that are on their second win. Sometimes you run into them on your second game.
Yeah.
I feel you. I just think that just like the bug in the loot drops for Iron Banner,
there's something fucking there as well.
I think there is something going on in the matchmaking that they're like, oh, we didn't realize that there was this wild ferret with god-awful hair digging around the code that
also,
we forgot to pull out.
Anytime the name, Tefty Teft or Holtzman or Miss 5,000 Watts comes up when you're checking, the enemy team's loadout, guess what pants you put on?
Tryhard pants, that's true.
The brown colored.
Yeah, the tryhard pants, because
that's true.
This very well could wind up on YouTube, and I want to go in your chat, and you know how it is. Like,
that's why I took off my clan tag name. I don't want people being like, oh, if I beat Tefty, I'm gonna be in Planet Destiny and Bomb Squad Kittens. Let's go. 2 and 1.
Apparently, streamers get more health. Bungie gives us more health.
Yeah, and better drops and better servers.
Buying us cars, and constantly slipping us the check to play the game.
Those paychecks clearly.
Payola.
Bed back here shows the pinnacle of wealth.
I got given a Winston. I did get given a Winston plushie.
Oh shit!
Oh my God!
That's pretty.
Where's my plushie?
I'm telling you,
my plushie.
Awesome. It's all good. Ghost plushie that you can see right back there.
Yeah,
I don't want one of those. I want one.
You can buy them on the Bungie store.
Yeah, I think they're back in stock there. You can go buy them.
Dude, I need to buy one. The only thing I have is from Cosmo. It's mine.
You can get them and you can balance them on your. Oh wait, I can't balance this one because these headphones don't really. There we go. Got it.
I used mine to stretch out my headphones so they stopped crushing my brain. These headphones sat on that Ghost for about a month.
The springs in them are pretty taut.
They could also be suspension for a large motor vehicle.
Should we so enough talking about skill-based matchmaking, because we do that every single time. Should we switch over to some Twitter questions?
I love it. Why don't you tell me about something you like first?
Let's talk about Blue mics then.
Yeah, baby.
Wild mics and headphones that we are using. They're just some of the iconic gear that Blue creates. Blue's award-winning products are the driving force behind professional musicians, internet creators, and countless elite gaming teams and Twitch streamers. Their Yeti USB mic is the internet's most popular microphone, and their MoFi and Lola headphones deliver insane sound and a very personalized fit. Blue offers everything you need to completely immerse yourself in the ultimate gameplay experience. Learn more about Blue at bluemic.com. Hey, I got it!
Nailed it.
All right.
Nailed it, man.
Okay, I got it. Without messing up the entire time, I'm probably request a new ad copy then, so I can start messing up that one.
I will tell you about these headphones. I make fun of how strong that spring is, but I do like these headphones. The more I've had them, the more I've come to appreciate them. And just plugging them into like an iPhone or something, and you can turn on that amp. It does sound better.
Yeah, my whole playthrough of Doom that I did on stream, I made sure I was wearing these headphones, because you just get the whole ambiance, and it's incredible. Yeah.
Go on, Patrick.
I was gonna say, we got some of these to give away, which we've been giving away on our personal channels as well.
Yeah.
That black one is sexy. I like that.
Yeah, I did a giveaway yesterday during the Marathon WoW stream, and it was pretty fun. I got
FedEx guy didn't knock on the door today. He was supposed to drop it off today. He didn't knock on the door, so I couldn't sign for it. So
you know what happened with mine? FedEx came to the door at 8 a.m., which is the earliest they can deliver. Was not expecting
super
that.
Early.
It's super early. I got up at 8:30.
I'm totally not awake at 8 a.m.
It's already here. Why is it already? So, and they left a little thing we tried to deliver. I'm like, okay, fine. Tomorrow I'm going to wake up 8 a.m., make sure I'm awake the entire time. I'm at home. I'm ready. And then they delivered it to the office of the apartment.
Oh, now you have to walk down to the office. Oh, God, these first world YouTube problems.
I hear you.
That's a pain.
I sympathize.
I sympathize, absolutely. If I wake up, specifically, it throws my schedule off.
Yeah. Right, I was
on Friday
about waking up early and being like, okay, let's stick around for this package. I'm like, I'm really tired.
Yeah.
That's
So,
so,
how
pay
about
off,
those
throws your
Twitter
meal plan off. It's awful.
How about
All right,
this?
TH Connor at. I'm not doing the ants anymore.
Oh yeah.
How much have you guys spent on Destiny so far? I thought this was an interesting question. He says, I've spent around $450. So I was calculating this earlier, and I can't even remember how much I've spent because I bought 2 editions of the Great Big Ghost Edition for original Destiny. I bought one for the Xbox and one for the PS4. Then I bought 2 editions of the Taken King, but I have no idea what I spent on emotes and stuff like that. I have no freaking idea.
That's true.
How much was the Ghost Edition of Destiny? Does anybody know? Was it 120?
No, the Ghost Edition was 150.
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Destiny Ghost Edition was 150 because just the normal Legendary was
80?
what? No, it was okay. Never mind. It wasn't 150.
I think it was 120.
I did 120. I can't remember.
130.
I can't remember.
And then I don't know how much the
I'm
Legendary
not sure.
Edition was for Taken King either, the one that came with the strange coin.
Is that 100?
Was it 100?
I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
I've bought
$449.
nice. Let's see. I bought 2 regular copies of Destiny because I didn't get the Ghost Edition, and then I bought the season passes for Xbox and PS4, and then I bought 2 legendary versions, or of the Taken King, so PS4 and Xbox One, and I think I've honestly only spent $20, maybe $30 in the store from Tess Everest.
Yeah, some of the emotes I just couldn't resist. Right now I'm rocking the train kick, and I just love it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've spent much on Sterling.
I haven't gone, like as a completionist with the Eververse stuff.
Yeah. Because you get it in Nightfalls too. So.
Not sure, because I bought like I also bought the soundtrack for the Taken King, and you get the cool emblem.
That too. Yeah.
Does this stuff count too? Because also this.
Oh shit.
I know it's like the
t-shirts too.
The t-shirts and glasses and engrams
and I mean peripherals. Like I bought a scuff because I play Destiny.
No,
that's
no.
Monitor. Like it's.
See, I don't think that counts.
To Bungie
that doesn't count.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And in that case,
what about subbing to their Twitch channel?
That's true. Twitch subs.
That goes to charity.
Mm-hmm. It's a big number. Whatever it is, it's a big number. It's one I'd probably rather not think about.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, you think about all the hours of entertainment you've received.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, the Nepal shirt. Deal. Yeah, that too. The Nepal shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I bought quite a few t-shirts. I think I bought like 4 or 5 t-shirts off the Bungie store, including that Nepal t-shirt. I still have This Wizard Came from the Moon from the beta. That t-shirt.
I wanted that one so bad. I just didn't get it in time.
Veritas, do you think Trials should be canceled this weekend because of the heavy ammo glitch?
Well, I think Bungie agrees with you.
Yeah,
at least
answered.
Do you think?
Do I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather it be canceled. It sucks.
It's the better choice for sure.
We're like right now. There's not a lot going on. People are kind of looking for a reason to go play something else. And if like they were to die in the Crucible or in Trials of Osiris round 1 to a heavy to a rocket, that'd be a really good reason for me to just uninstall the game and then not think about it until a long time from now.
Until Rise of Iron.
Yeah,
Rise of Iron.
I even like the name.
I know,
love
right?
the name.
It's so good. I'm so excited.
I'm excited for cutscenes. I want some epic Lord Salad cutscenes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I just want like
epic music.
3 uncut hours of Lord Saladin just punching things. Like that's all the cutscenes are.
I want a gif of him sharpening that axe.
Yeah, lighting it on fire.
He's got a whetstone against his fist, sharpening his fists for more sharper punching.
Yeah, and whatever chemical he uses to have permanent fire on his banner, so it's always lit.
It is always lit.
It's always lit.
Hell of a mixtape.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Chris Tacos. Now that the special weapons ammo nerf is in effect, is it time to bring back final round snipers?
No, never.
Fuck no, never.
Never.
No.
I'm just wondering. I'm trying to picture in my mind, why do you want to bring back final round snipers?
Because you're back.
Like, what is the logical leap here? Okay, now that the special ammo nerf is in effect,
yeah.
Now let's bring back final round snipers, because that was fucking fun, right?
Maybe the thought is that we have less ammo, so maybe our final shot and our sniper can count as a kill always. I don't know.
No.
But never.
This is like to be saying now that cigarettes cost more, it's okay to smoke them, right? No, man. No. Shit is still cancer.
Yeah.
Jeff Ramanuk. I'm going to say that's how it is. How do you guys suppose Overwatch will affect the Destiny community? I'm switching till something substantial comes out.
I'm sorry. I was reading some more tweets about this.
Overwatch.
Population.
Overwatch. How do you think it's going to affect the Destiny population?
Steal some of the population. There's no doubt about it. Any new game is going to steal some of the population, and it's been a while since we've seen any new content from Destiny. So I would imagine that's going to continue throughout the summer with a bunch of games like Overwatch. I bet Doom took some of the population away. We all know that games in the past have done it. Battleborn, I'm sure, is doing it. Not that much of the population, probably, for Battleborn. No Man's Sky, I feel like, is going to hit a lot of Destiny gamers right in the sweet spot.
Right in the cahoots.
Yeah, but, we're going to have a lot of excitement, I think, from E3 as we learn more about Rise of Iron.
Yeah,
for sure. I think games can kind of, you go there and you play, like Overwatch, for example. If we're speaking about Overwatch specifically, it doesn't have PvE content. You're just going on there to kill some dudes and have some fun. So it's not a huge time investment. So I think that there's going to be plenty of Destiny players who are playing Overwatch, but also have time to do their Iron Banners and like maybe do their weekly Nightfalls and stuff like that.
I
don't think
it feels like a second game, right? It's like it's a game that I'm ready to have in the wings, just to have a little bit of fun with when I have time.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
I love it. I'm excited. I love that so much. I knew.
No,
I'm ready. I'm ready for it.
I was watching A. Siegel, some of his highlights from Overwatch, and he is a really, really good player. But I don't know, just watching that type of gameplay, the games, even at like their most competitive, we're still really short, but really tense for the entire time, filled with really cool plays. And I don't know, it's a separate game that I think someone could play both and enjoy their time.
Definitely.
In both.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You don't have to only play one game.
Nope.
Not even us. Not even the player
gamers
has to play
multiple
game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Unless you play World of Warcraft, in which case you only play World of Warcraft. There's no
League
room
of
for anything
Legends
else.
Is a pretty good example of that too.
Yeah.
Steals a lot of your time.
Yeah.
Bitey Snipes 84. Will there be any throwback raid runs, VOG or Crota, on the planet Destiny in the future?
Sure.
Hell yeah.
That shit happens on stream all the time,
Absolutely.
man. I know, Tefty, I've seen you run them. I don't know how recently you've run them.
Not recently.
I do want to ask you about the story about the guy blocking the raid team with the bubble on the Oryx kill.
Renders.
Oh my God. I heard about
Renders.
that. I'm still hearing people complain about that.
Renders is in chat right now.
Is he?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Man, because I've been hearing
Renders
about this
with
for 2
three
weeks now.
Z's. All right. This was last Zur. Okay. Zur was coming in 10 minutes. We had Oryx down. He got, it's the 5th time you shoot him in the chest. He's at the very back of the map. And Renders pops the bubble right on us. And we're like, whoa, bad bubble, man. Bad bubble. What's going on? We wipe. And that was probably like the 8th run. So we were having some problems. Like some detonations weren't going off, or some detonations weren't registering. Just things that really start making you salty over Oryx.
Yep.
And I'm a calm streamer. And I'm like, Renders.
Yeah,
Totally. Yeah.
I'm like, Renders, what happened, man? Why'd you pop that bubble? He's like, thought it would be funny.
I love this guy.
I was like,
trying to troll the team and it worked.
I was shocked. I was just like,
You were expecting.
I'm like, do I yell at Renders?
Sorry, I didn't. No, I thought it was a good bubble. My fingers.
I was like, yeah, exactly. I got nervous or something, but Renders, who's a sub of mine, he subs to my channel. I was like, am I about to yell at a sub right now and have like a full on conniption? Am I going to kick him? But I didn't. I held, I was calm. Then we tried again because I was like, guys, we only have 10 minutes to do this. Failed. Tried one more time and failed again. And then I was like, well, bye guys. My plan though, my ultimate plan, which was going to be absolute sweet, was I was going to kick him at the very end if we had got it.
Oh, if you had it?
So he didn't get rewards.
Oh, man. That would have been funny.
Wow. That would have been funny.
That would have been vengeance.
I think pretty quick.
That would have been. I know, right? I was like, I might lose a sub for this, but you know what?
It'll be worth it.
You might gain four more though.
He will remember. Renders will remember.
The other 4 people in that raid team, I think, would have appreciated that.
Oh
That's
man,
funny.
Yeah,
Nice.
I thought it would be funny.
We did
I couldn't believe it.
That vaulted glass run as a on the channel a couple months ago. That was pretty fun. Going back to
yeah, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, I would like to start running OG raids this summer. Also, there's a lot of people. Yeah, there's a lot of people that have never done OG raids or sometimes even Kingsfall, but the OG raids a lot because there's been a lot of community that's come in since the Taken King and you don't really run those raids.
It's super relaxing because you don't have to really worry about dying because you're so over leveled. And you can bring back Fatebringer.
Yeah, Fatebringer.
Mr. Aries, if you could change one thing about Destiny as a whole, what would it be?
Oh man,
I've only ever always said I want a ranked playlist. It's all I can ever think about.
Okay, so Watts says ranked playlist. Tefty says he wants Forge mode. I
was gonna say 60 FPS.
Oh, okay. So he's changed from Forge.
If I'm just gonna pick one thing, I'd probably first do 60 FPS.
Okay. Then I'll say Forge mode for Tefty there, so we can just cover that base as well.
Because you want 60 FPS also, obviously.
Oh yeah. Oh, I do.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that I wish that they would implement my other 3 co-hosts. Thanks. That is my one change.
It's the equivalent to wishing for more wishes.
Guys, somebody needs to say dedicated servers. Come on, who's
dedicated servers?
There we go. Now the game's perfect.
Ash Matheson, what's the most fun you've had in a patrol?
Oh, okay. In the Cosmodrome, when you spawn in, you go to the left to the Moth Yards. There's like the tail of a downed plane in the water.
Oh yeah.
Me and my friends, we spent about 3 hours trying to jump to it, which it's really easy to jump to it, but we started doing like trick jumps with our Sparrow to it from the top of one of the other planes. And the only way to do it was to like run a Sparrow into another Sparrow to get enough lift to try to jump off onto that. And then we would like get right over it and then jump off the Sparrow, try to do flips while we're doing it. It was really stupid fun. Then of course the entire time we were ramming each other with our Sparrows to like make each other die. It's great.
Nice.
I liked in House of Wolves when you had to kill the boss and the chest would open, and you had basically like 6 people hanging around opening that chest. Yeah. Then everybody would jump on their Sparrows, run for like the nearest like loading zone, do a U-turn, and then run back and try to get the chest again. That was fun. I really enjoyed that. I was actually really pissed that they patched that.
That was actually, it was funny to see a bunch of people just get gun on the Sparrows and just running or using, and everyone had multi-tool to run faster.
Yep.
Be fat. Yep. I think for me, it's probably on the Dreadnought when Taken King kind of first came out, and there's that one chest where you have to crouch down and then you get the ability to unlock the other chest. So you have to run from that tunnel, and you run really fast. So you have to jump across a jumping puzzle and to open the chest. So to just see a bunch of people huddled in this tiny little tunnel, and everyone's crouching down. And then there was a few people that were intentionally trying to mess people up.
Troll people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I forgot
about that one. That was fun. The worm scent or something like that.
Oh, yeah. The scent.
The chest. We did that. We did that this weekend with Fallout, and then the guy that sent us some of the mics. We helped him out, so It was pretty fun. It's pretty fun.
Mine, so you guys mentioned those, and those are great memories. I have very fond memories, all that stuff. But if I'm gonna go all the way back, it would definitely be sitting in front of the loot cave with like 5 other random people shooting at enemies coming out of the cave, and we're all just had the same thing. And every now and then there'd be somebody who wanted to be a prick, and they would go and sit in the cave.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
get a warm solar wind to.
Yeah, I mean, it would annoy me, but at the same time, I still have fond memories of like sitting in front of that cave, seeing the day cycle change to night and then back to morning again, and be like, "Wow, I've been here all day and night."
or the people that didn't move, and you were just like that didn't move, and you see the sky darken, and there was only like one special event that spawned there, so it was it was a 50-50 shot of that Warsat falling directly on that dude's face.
Yes.
Or the first time you saw like the hive in the, was it the fall? Just
that
like
was
a
the
big
real
ass battle right there.
That was the real cave.
enemy moving against each other.
Yeah.
That was
God,
awesome.
The first
That
time I
was
saw
epic.
that was intense.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first time.
That dude is difficult to kill.
Yeah.
At night.
You
Oh,
were
yeah.
not leveled.
Oh, yeah, that night wasn't there originally. It was just the it was just spawning things. So you get
Yep.
That was the real loot cave with a blade dancer with Encore. He could just eternally kill things
Yep.
as they spawned, and so you're just sitting there farming engrams, like just at ultra speed levels. It's great. It's great.
What was great is that there was a very small percentage of chance to see that legendary drop, but you knew that it was going to turn into a blue during that
That
time.
was great. See, nothing about what you're describing I actually have fond memories of, Tefty. I didn't like
None of it?
Cave. I didn't like staying in there. I found it to be incredibly boring. I did find it interesting how the community kind of formed this little society around farming the loot cave, but I didn't actually like doing it myself. And then I really didn't like bringing those legendaries over to the fucking Cryptarch and having them give me a bunch of blue shit.
See, for me, I leveled up a
frustrating.
character. I leveled up a character via the loot cave. So
A whole
it was
character?
more of a whole character. Yeah,
God.
I mean, because you could like park a character there and just, as long as you were near people, you'd get experience points.
Yeah, you didn't have
could
to
level
shoot.
up.
You could just
Yeah, you didn't have to
stand
shoot. And yeah, it's not the way to play the game at all. Not even a little bit is the way you should play the game. But it was such a communal experience in a video game that I was like, wow, we're all like, you show up, you go to that area. It's the Divide. Was it the Divide? No, it's not the Divide. It's I can't remember the name. Anyways, you show up that area and you see 5 dots on your map, or you see the names. You're like, look what we're doing. This is great. The gang is here. Let's go do this. Awesome.
There was another one I remember on the strike. There was like a hill going down to the strike with the Vex guy, the Vex Mind.
Yeah.
On Venus, where if you went down this certain cliff, there was like a whole shitload of Vex guys that would just spawn right there. And people would use a super or a rocket launcher to kill them all. Then they'd jump off the cliff, respawn right there. And I remember spawning into a strike and being like, what are these guys doing? I want to go kill the boss. Like, come on.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't do it, so I had to solo the boss. And then I got messages from them like, why'd you fuck up our loot cave?
Yeah.
Why didn't they have a third person?
Fond memories.
Fond memories, guys. Fond memories.
The Black Arab, how do you feel about Bungie removing Quiver but not removing Clown Cartridge? I call laziness. That's kind of dick move, I think.
It's a
'cause
different.
They just found out about this.
Well, not only it's different to remove Quiver, which is one thing from one subclass, than to remove Clown Cartridge, which is on multiple weapons. And as we all know, or maybe people don't know, when you change one thing in the code, it has potential for messing up things that are even bigger, that could be completely game breaking. So
True.
it's a little more complicated than just taking away Clown Cartridge.
We don't
Also,
know
it's
how
been
the
like a
game is
couple of
coded.
days since we found out about this glitch. Like, how fast do you want them to fix it?
Immediately.
Yesterday.
I don't know. It's just like when I say, "Oh, they're being lazy," you don't know how the game is coded. You probably don't work at Bungie.
And honestly, like, I don't
Oh, this guy
understand that
probably
whole
works at Bungie.
mindset.
Just listen
I don't.
to this. Listen to this.
I
I
know.
mean, he says, I call laziness.
I don't
Alright, he called it.
understand that
He called it.
mindset
It's like shotgun.
in
called it.
general. I don't get it. I don't understand the mindset of game companies want to screw over their players. It's like you can't call them money hungry and lazy and say they're trying to screw over people, because if they're money hungry, they're going to be dedicated to making the best thing ever. So you keep spending your money. Right. It doesn't make sense for a game company where their business is to make this game good and want you to keep playing it and keep paying for stuff to be lazy. It doesn't make any sense.
Logic's not part of the argument.
That's right. Sorry. So. I apologize.
Well, okay. I will say from a coding perspective, what it tells me is that the way they've structured their modules, the way the code connects to each other and talks in and out, is that a lot of it's interconnected in a way that they can't just flip switches on and off, which on one end is like, why do you do that? That's bad coding practice. Everybody knows you don't hard code things into modules, so you can't break them apart easily because you break the code essentially. And the other argument is that last gen has to do all that really hard baking of code in there because the optimization has to be ridiculous. I mean, they're working with 512 megs of RAM, which means that the footprint that they have to hold in the memory is so small that they have to make really bad coding shortcuts and practices in order to cram all these things in there. So that, in my mind, goes, okay, that's why they can't just flip Clown Cartridge off. You know, think of Clown Cartridge as this is the Clown Cartridge module, and it connects into the weapon system. The weapon system calls all these modules. Well, in order for that to fit in the 512 meg RAM in last gen, they have to hook all those into each other, so it's an amalgamation that can't just be switched off. And I think that's why.
Blame last gen for not giving us 60 FPS, not allowing us to quickly update stuff.
Oh,
it's all last gen's fault. Because it is actually
it's a clear way to go here.
It is actually a lot easier. I think we should call it
last gen. Blame last gen.
It's a lot easier for them to fix stuff and patch stuff now on the current gen, whereas in last gen it was actually very difficult to get.
Very expensive too.
Very difficult and very expensive.
For those listening, this is mostly sarcasm. Mostly sarcasm. This is mostly sarcasm.
Last gen is the fault.
Next question.
Views and opinions expressed on this podcast.
Loser base. User base. Did I say loser base? Oh fuck.
If you could have a character with full exotic gear, what would it be? It was a Titan.
Wait, what was it? Sorry.
If you could have a character with full exotic gear, what would it be? Be a Lord of Iron.
I mean, I probably would be a Titan. First off, Twilight Garrison. Twilight
I could have Bones of Vale, and I could also have the Night Stalker helmet to where I can shade step and I can see people with keen scout. That sounds kind of good.
Wait, was the question? I don't know what
chest piece I have though.
All armor, all exotic armor, right?
I don't know. It's kind of a confusingly worded question. If you could have a character with full exotic gear, what would it be? He asked what character, basically. I think what Keen's asked is what gear would you put on him, but.
I don't know what chest piece I'd use though.
Which one looks coolest for hunters?
You know what? Warlocks might be super good because you could have the double smacky hands. You could wear the ram. Boots. They don't have boots, but like all of the ram double smacky hands, and then having like proxic fire. You could have void fang. They have a lot of like really impactful stats on their exotic armor.
That's true.
True.
It has some pretty game-changing stats on there. I don't know. I'd probably just go Bones AO, whatever the gloves you give 2 melee charges.
Yeah.
Because why not? Acleophage symbiote, and then I'd probably just use Crest the Alpha Lupi because it looks cool. There you go, done. And do we need? How come we don't have exotic ghosts yet, guys? We can't have full exotic loadouts if we don't have exotic.
Jesus.
Maybe one made out of iron.
Oh. Yeah, the Iron Ghost.
Oh.
I want.
If you, I'm sorry. Northwest Hansen. Will Rise of Iron be the light at the end of the tunnel for all this skill-based matchmaking and connection-based matchmaking controversy?
I think I've said this many times on the podcast before, but I have like one of those tinfoil hat theories that we're seeing all this skill-based matchmaking stuff and they're not pulling the plug on it because they want it to actually be really refined, because they will eventually like put in some sort of ranked playlist type mode, in which case like having that skill-based matchmaking there would be really good, and then having just connection-based style matchmaking in normal Crucible would. Yeah, and then maybe that's what's coming in the Iron thing. There's going to be a ranked type mode playlist, and then they'll apply the skill based matchmaking to that, and then we can I don't know, maybe
if it's
depends.
PvP based expansion, custom games.
My tinfoil hat theories sometimes never actually work out. So
I don't think we're going to see a real change to the way matchmaking. Well, we could see a breakup of ranked matchmaking and casual. We could see casual or custom games added, but I doubt it. I really think that the big change is going to come with Destiny 2. Like they can really get in there and change the way everything works with Destiny 2. Whereas now, I mean, they got that spaghetti code we were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm. Guys, Lord Saladin, Iron Banner, custom games.
No way. No way.
What if he brings the era of custom games?
I don't even want to put a little pin of hope on it. I don't even want to tag a little post-it note on it that says hope.
You go to Lord Saladin to create your custom game?
God, I would love that.
It would make sense. PvP based expansion, custom games.
There's no way though. There's no way. God, I would love it if it happened.
We got a month to wait to find out some information.
That's true.
E3. Meme dealer. Never mind. Meme dealer. Do you think the next expansion will bring back players and renew the content enough for Destiny 2? Do you think next expansion will bring back players and renew the content?
Yeah. Do you see the title in that art? It's just looking at it gets me
He's
super
got a fucking
hyped.
axe.
It's so bad.
Got an axe.
He's got wolves. That makes me excited.
I mean, if Taken King was anything of an example, I mean, Destiny had some pretty rough goes after House of Wolves. People were like, whoa, Bungie. Taken King was a home run for 3-4 months, and then they started feeling the problems again. I think this exact same thing is going to happen, where it's going to be like, whoa, this is amazing, until eventually Destiny 2.
Yeah.
I think so.
Goat Jupiter 215. Instead of reforging, what about re-rolling one perk on a gun?
What, like one specific perk?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be opposed to it. I do kind of like that we are hunting for our perfect rolls these days, rather than just re-rolling stuff. Because when you get it, it's an amazing feeling when you finally get what you've been searching for.
Agreed.
Yeah. That brings up something that I've been meaning to talk about. Do you think the drop rates on longbow and LDR are way too stingy? Because I see a lot of people saying they've gone through like
it's random.
50 packages.
It's entirely random. I get that it's random, but do you there's a drop rate associated with it, you know? Well, and then some people have been getting already gotten like 8 or 9, according to people in my chat and Twitter. Like they've gotten a ton of them. So
I think those numbers in chat and Twitter are often inflated.
Often, but
and then they say they dismantled them too. The God roll, be like,
oh, of course.
Did you really dismantle it?
Yeah.
Video didn't happen. I don't know. I see a lot of people talking about how they've opened up a lot of packages. Haven't seen it. I don't know.
I've opened up a lot too. I haven't gotten a shadow price or a double. You know, it's just random. I
haven't had a Grim Citizen.
I got a Grim Citizen. It was
it's just random roll. If you got it too quick, what the fuck are you gonna do for the rest of the summer?
Oh, you want to go for the God roll? That's what I'm saying. Going for the God roll is very difficult if you don't get one for 50 packages.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. Does every gun have to have a God roll on it?
I think basically every gun has an absolute optimal roll. And of course,
but does everybody in the Crucible have to have that God roll?
No.
We're playing the meta, Briar. We're playing the meta. Come on. The skill-based matchmaking.
A couple, I think it was like 2 months or so ago during one of the PvP tournaments, everyone was rolling with, the absolute top tier weapons, like Thorn, Last Word, and then, God roll shotguns. And then Dr. Lupo, Ramblin', and I think it was Ninja with Noel, basically had kind of just made their PlayStation characters. Not all of them had all the top tier god roll stuff, and they were still competing. I think they ended up getting to one of the last 4 teams on there without those weapons. And god roll stuff is great. It's fantastic, especially for shotguns where you really are required to get that absolute max range and stuff to make the weapon more viable due to all the nerfs because other problems. But at the end of the day, god rolls don't make you have good, god rolls don't make you auto aim. God rolls don't make you.
Would the doctrine of passing even be a problem if everybody didn't have it with counterbalance? Like, that's the problem, is everybody's got the god roll on that weapon, so everybody's dead accurate with it from a quarter mile away.
It's not necessarily the counterbalance part on it. It's more of like the combination of counterbalance plus persistence.
Right. That's what I'm saying, though. It's like everybody's got a god roll on that weapon. Everybody. If you see it getting used in the Crucible, you look at it, it's got a god roll because there's only so many rolls available for that weapon to begin with.
Yeah, 4, right?
True.
But like if everybody using every weapon has a god roll, like what's really special about it then? Like I don't know. Like not everybody has to have a god roll Grim Citizen. I'm sorry. Not everybody's got to have a god roll longbow. I'm sorry. If you get a good one,
true.
Awesome. That's awesome for you, man. Like, and that's really special. Now you have something that's really special. If yours has the sight you like in hidden hand, hey, man, that's a really good roll. Maybe you're not going to get a god roll. Maybe you had a god roll LDR. Maybe you're not going to get a god roll longbow. I'm sorry, but what's to make it special if everybody fucking has one?
That's true. I kind of think of it as your mounts that you search for on World of Warcraft. Pat, I'm like, it's not that you have to have them. It's just that it's the hunt.
You just really want it.
It's more about the hunt. Like most of my friends, when they were playing WoW, they would do mountain runs every week, and I'm like, do you really want the mount? I was like, no, I just kind of want to get it so I can have it.
Just want to see it drop.
Yeah, just want to see it drop. Want to check that thing off the list.
I also think it creates problems in the Crucible when everybody's rolling with that God mode, doctrine. Then it makes everybody think, this weapon type needs to be nerfed. When it's not the weapon type, it's just that this God roll is so freaking strong and everybody's running it. Same with Fellwinters. If everybody didn't re-roll their Fellwinters last summer to have the exact perks that gave it the max range, would Fellwinters have been such a problem? Yeah, it would have. But another example might have been better there.
Well done.
Well played.
Good.
Nicely done.
No,
good analogy.
Like the re-rolling analogy. I think weapon balancing. I don't know. We've talked about damn weapon balancing so much. We have. We've talked about it too much.
All right, this guy's got a name with letters that are backward and accents over letters. I'm not even gonna try to. But his @ is nmao. Do you think current light system must be improved? Max light hunt is so short. Where's the challenge?
Did you hoard?
There's more room to grow for the light system. Do you think it should have been a higher light level that was the max light for this time around?
No, I'll tell you what the problem is. Hoarding up a bunch of exotic engrams and then hitting 335 in day one.
Oh,
don't do that.
Okay, so I think Fallout plays. He just got a PlayStation, started making an account, and then so a couple other people that I've been playing with, and the light level system for the entire process of leveling up is perfect the way it is in my eyes. The reason that we thought it was too slow or too low is a lot of us were starting at that level where we could just instantly run all the content that dropped like the highest possible light level stuff or capable of dropping that, and you can just use the 1-to-1 infusion and make that last like 30-ish point light level gap.
Isn't that 80% of the player base or 90% of the player base though?
Yeah.
Isn't it like 90%? Like gonna just run through that 15 levels?
It's a very large portion of the player base, but
so should they be designing like content DLC type releases for like new players or for 90% of the player base?
You have to design it for both. You have to design it for both. And like trying to make the system really difficult for the players that have already leveled up, well, that's cool, but then that like if a new player wants to come into the game, that's a very huge roadblock for them to try to get past. So yeah, it makes it, you know, for us, like, oh, we want more time to play. Well, you know, sorry, but I think it's perfect. I think it's fine the way that it is right now.
I actually agree with you. I was just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Because I actually think that the pursuit right now is not light level. It's getting that gear to be like kind of perfect for your loadout, and I think that's a much more fun way to do it.
Tier 12
roles are the exotics of this generation, just like it was in House of Wolves, where the god roll, whatever weapon we were searching for, that was our exotic. And same thing in this one. We're trying to get the perfect rolled armor for stats. We're trying to get the perfectly rolled weapon,
tier 12 armor with the perks you want on it. That's the real, but it's not keeping you out of content like it was in like Vault of Glass, where you had a hard time getting to level 30 in Vault of Glass just because you couldn't get those boots to drop, for instance. So you were just constantly banging your head against the wall in the hard mode raid because you were under leveled for the hard mode raid. That they've fixed that, and now the goal is to go out and try and find like the perfect gear, and I think that's a lot more fun, or the gear set that you really like. I think
that's more fun.
I'm still not 335 on any of my characters, and I could be, but I want to wear the armor that not only has the perks that I want, but I want it to look the way that I want it to look. So I'm, you know, feeding stuff into this armor that I really like the look of instead of just hunting for 335. I want my character to look super awesome, and I want to have the right stats, and that's kind of what I'm more concerned with than getting to 335.
Yeah, 335 happens on its own, kind of. You know, it's just gonna kind of. You don't have to work at it unless you wanted it day one. You really don't have to work at it.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said this in the past. I'm probably gonna be 335 on all 6 characters by the time July rolls around, and that's doing a couple raids on each console. You know, not necessarily doing 6 raids a week, but maybe 3 to 4 raids per week. Doing content here and there that I'm not forcing myself to make sure I get it all done or anything like that. It's it feels good. This was also what they did with House of Wolves, and House of Wolves was very lenient to leveling up and then getting certain drops, and then they obviously flipped the switch when Taken King came around. I think they're probably going to do something similar to that.
I hope they really are. It's fun to get loot, and I hope they let us keep getting loot.
Well,
it's just fun.
And I hope that they take notes on what 3 a Coin did. It did well and didn't do well. A lot of it didn't do well because it took away a lot of the excitement of where you get those drops and the fact that you could farm those light levels if you had a lot of exotic stuff built up. So I hope they realize that and they just put those exotics into random drops from bosses. We want loot explosions, you know?
Yeah. I really liked getting it at the end of Nightfalls. I liked having set chances to get exotics every week because I remember where I got most of my year 1 exotics. Like I remember the story of almost all of them. I don't remember the story for any of them for year 2. Yeah, except for the ones that had a specific quest.
It's Blueface being like, "Oh, Guardian. Well, okay then, Guardian.
Yes, you have done 10 kills of this boss. It's time for a
exotic engram."
Yeah.
Popping. Okay, yeah. Now I'll leave the subject.
Joseph, what are your guys' thoughts on adding missing foundry weapons, Omelon pulse rifles, Soros hand cannons, etc.?
Do it, for the love of God, do it, just so
I'm down.
So my Arms Day videos can have some sort of change from this monotony every week.
I'd actually love it if they added like a new foundry too with the expansion.
Oh, like cool.
A whole new one.
Like really the Iron Lord's foundry.
Just give us more stuff.
I was shocked they didn't make that change during the April update. I was shocked. It seemed like
really thought they were going to add
such a no-brainer.
What do you guys think of the weapon, the weaponsmith every week bringing the same rolls for everybody to get? Do you like that system?
I like that system. It creates like a sense of community. It's like everyone's wanting to know, okay, what's this roll? Is this good? Is this bad? So people are keeping certain packages, waiting for the god roll, and telling everyone, cash in on this one. It's like the one of the best possible rolls. I really like that. It's basically the equivalent of Xur being that somewhat anti RNG to the game. At some point he's going to give us that thing that we've been wanting, and the gunsmith at some point will give us that thing that we've been looking for.
Some of my favorite weapons have come out of the weaponsmith too. Like I got a DIS that I absolutely love. I got a PDX that I absolutely love. Some of my favorite weapons have come out of there. I still use my Omelon sniper that has luck in the chamber.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I
That's a
love
good
that.
sniper.
That's a great.
That was like the
PvE
first week,
weapon.
right?
Yeah. It was really early on. Like there's some of my favorites came out of there, and I think it's a cool system.
Yeah,
but it'd be nice to get it to change up the weapons.
Yeah, no, there's definitely room for them to add to it. I was really disappointed that I didn't see that in the April update. I was looking forward to like an Omelon machine gun because, you know, I definitely like seeing every time that the Suros rocket launcher comes up that like 90% of the time the other Suros rocket launcher is also being sold by him that week.
Yeah,
so
that's
like,
weird, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's really consistent when that happens.
That's weird.
Yeah.
And then there's some weapons in there. I don't care what roll you get on them. It's never going to be good for any.
All of the Hake sniper rifles are really underwhelming, not because of like the archetype, but because of the pool of rolls that are on them are all just really kind of like, okay. And the fast rate of fire Omelon sniper rifles, those I like those guns, but the stats are just like the stability stats a little bit too far down. So you got to buff that up a little bit, and then I don't know. Just overall, there are a lot of the weapons that are like, this could be, just a little bit better. But it feels like when you're using this gun, it's just like second rate, whatever the Vanguard and Crucible are selling. So,
yeah.
Gabrielle Lopez, how long do you expect Bungie to continue spoiling us with free Sterling treasure? Ending this fall or Destiny 2?
Depends on how long they want to keep Sterling treasure in the game.
Yeah,
so,
I think it's here to stay.
I think that the Sterling treasure type thing is going to be here to stay, where they'll update Sterling. They'll update the drop possibilities of Sterling treasure in the future.
Yeah. Like what's in the box?
Yeah, what's in the box? What's in the box?
What's in the box? What's in it?
Yeah, maybe it'll be like season 1 Sterling treasure and season 2 Sterling treasure, so you can't hoard up a bunch of Sterling treasure and then.
You think they'll continue to give them away for free?
Yeah.
I think they will.
I think
they
so.
should. Yeah.
I think the community in general it softens the blow of more microtransactions. If you're like, oh, well, I can get one if I don't even play the game, I can go and pick up one. So I think they'll keep it. I think especially now that it's already in the game, I think it would look super bad if they're like, yeah, so we're keeping them, but you're not going to be able to get it for free anymore.
Yeah.
So I
do like opening my free ones. Like it's fun to like open them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you guys have heard me say that like I'm not buying them. I'm opting out of buying them. And let me tell you, it's hard every week to be like, oh, but I really do want that Desolate set. And it's like, but the fact that those rep boosters are in there, it's like, man, I'd be game to buy them if it didn't have those rep boosters in there.
The thing about those rep boosters though is I have them stacking up anyway.
I mean, I do have them stack them up anyway. I'm up to like about 8 or 9 total for all factions, and it's like I have them stacking up, so I could, but I'm sticking to my guns on it. But yeah,
yeah, me too. Actually,
it's a very good incentive. It's like you started to open them, maybe you started to complete your set, but now you want to finish completing your set, so you're gonna go buy a bunch. It's
right.
I just don't want to spend the money on it.
Yeah,
I feel like once again.
Although that crane kick, I went right after that one.
Oh yeah, I bought.
Yeah, the emotes. There's emotes we had to buy for sure. Praise the lights. Oh my god, absolutely. I feel like I'm gonna get the Desolate set free by the time late July or August rolls around, and if I haven't by then maybe I'll buy some Sterling treasure.
Yeah, I actually don't care that much about the Desolate set. I want the Desolate emote.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Kind of the thing I want out of that.
That's why, yeah. Want to make sure I get that.
I actually got the ship from my free Sterling package this week.
Nice.
The
Taken sauce.
Yeah, it's like no, it's not the Taken ship. It's
is it the white one with the
white one? The equivalent of the ship that you get from the Black Spindle event.
That one, yeah.
Yeah, it's all
pretty.
white.
I like that one.
I like that ship. Yeah.
White streamers.
Yeah, it looks good.
Cool. You'll see it tomorrow during the stream.
All right, next question. I can't remember if we answered this question before, so I threw it in here anyway. Jax asks, what's each of your total game time, total in-game time? So there's a super easy way to do this is if you look at wastedondestiny.com and type in your gamer tag, it'll give you a very quick, easy way to answer this. I've got 17 1,712 with 5 hours deleted.
Let's see.
1687 on PlayStation 4 and 25 on Xbox.
For me, I'm at 1,663 hours with 82 hours deleted.
Tefty?
It's loading.
Okay.
I don't 1,807 hours and 339 hours deleted.
800 with 339. Okay, I still win then, I think.
I think you do, yeah.
2,095 hours with 144 hours deleted.
There you go.
Wait,
Yeah.
2000, what was it? 2,095?
2,095 hours with 144 deleted.
I think I win. 18 by barely, like 1,800 plus 300 is 21 plus 40. Are we at the same almost?
I think we're almost as okay. Hold up, Tefty. Let's get out.
We're really
It's not
close.
a competition, guys.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Tefty, what are your numbers?
1807 plus 339.
Okay, you're at 2146. I win.
Yeah.
I'm at 2095 plus 144. Yeah, I'm at 2239.
Hold up. It says minus 339 deleted.
Yes.
So does that mean total? 1807 is the total?
No.
No.
It's not plus.
No, it says I don't know. I
think it's the total. So no, you win definitely.
Okay, I win. Okay.
Mine's 1807 total.
All right.
I don't think I wanted to win that one, but I wanted to anyway.
Adam, what's everybody's favorite primary weapon?
Excuse me.
Man, it's been. Oh, you know what? In the Crucible that I've been. Yeah, you have a new one. I was gonna say something new that I've been using. That vanity from Future War Cult. I'm just using the basic vanity from the vendor.
It's a good roll.
Yeah, it's fun. I also have one on the Xbox that has Icarus. That's really nice. I think it might be my new favorite hand cannon. I really enjoy it.
Mine's Lord High Fixer.
Nice.
I brought out Queen Breaker's bow and I was like, okay, I'm going to use Lord High Fixer with it. And Lord High Fixer, the one I have, is just, it's so reliable. It's one of the very few hand cannons I've used recently that actually it shoots, it hits things, and they die.
That's a nice feature.
Nice.
It's good.
That's
a good
good.
thing for a gun to have. Yeah.
Patrick?
The Suros PDX-45 that was sold, I think, 2 weeks ago with full auto,
baller,
perfect balance, and rifle barrel.
Yep.
That thing
I thought you were gonna say Drake's Promise.
Oh yeah, no, that was great. That was a good.
Or Telesto. You've been tearing.
Telesto
it up
was fun.
Yeah.
Telesto was fun, but no, like that Suros PDX was just, I don't know. It's a really consistent primary, and
yeah,
with
it's got good range. It's got good stability. It's easy to fire with full auto.
It has two really good scopes on it. Like it's a good gun.
That thing became one of my favorites immediately as soon as I tried it out.
The thing that I hate is that basically my favorite weapons aren't necessarily like they're basically really good rolls, and the really good rolls make them really consistent.
Mm-hmm.
And in year one, it's like all the primaries for the most part were really consistently good due to both stats and rolls, or like just due to their stats, and then their rolls were like, oh, it's a bad rolls, but I'm still consistently doing good with it. And now it's like if you have a bad rolled weapon, and it's just
night and day difference.
It's a night and day difference, and as much. I think that's why we're so focused on getting various god rolls of certain things.
With hand cannons, I feel like especially.
Hand cannons, absolutely.
Hand cannons is like you can. I remember using an AS Luna that had not good perks compared to my one that's got really good perks. The bad one, I picked it up and I would never use it. It was awful.
Yeah.
But the good one is like one of my favorite weapons.
Yeah. So I think that's something that Bungie should kind of look at going forward, is just the overall. I know that's such a
hand cannons though. Like they got to get rid of that cone, man. It just sucks. like having RNG affect your aim like that.
Yeah.
Well,
It's not
if you want to use a hand cannon that's actually consistent, when you pull the trigger and it hits something that you're aiming at, and you can fire it at the fastest rate of fire possible, you use a sidearm. Not Drake's Promise, though.
Yeah, but it's not the same. It's not the same.
I know.
I would have gone with PDX, but Holtzman, you already took that. I would have gone with Jade Rabbit because it's the best name of any gun in Destiny. But really, I got to be honest with you, Plan C. I love running around with Plan C as my primary.
Plan C is really good.
Fucking fun.
Yeah.
I love how I can just whip it out and immediately fire too.
If I can actually add another thing for PvP, Service PDX. For PvE, I had so much fun this past weekend with Universal Remote in PvE.
Yeah, that is a fun.
I don't know. Like it's one of the few weapons that's actually surprised me. Just the combination of crowd control plus its really long range, extra precision damage. It was a super fun gun.
Yeah.
And
it's also nice because it changes the way you play. You know, like it forces you to, instead of running that strike exactly the same way you've run it 100 times in the past, when you change out your loadout with something so dramatic as that, it changes the way you have to play it. So it actually, your mind has to actually start thinking about things.
And the other thing about it is, like, with a lot of different weapons, like the way you normally play, you kind of have ammo problems. Like if I'm doing a review on a secondary or something, it's like, oh well, I'm having ammo problems, but let me see if this is due to the weapon stats and like weapon drop rates, or just due to like the way I'm playing a lot of times, it's kind of the weapon itself. But like with Universal Remote, you're forcing yourself to be close, so you're always picking up ammo. So it's like I didn't have ammo problems using this gun. It was great. I could just basically roll in and shotgun things. So yeah, it was
fun way to run a Nightfall is double shotguns and swords. Your whole fire team can only fight close up. It's really fun.
That's cool. That's a fun challenge.
Gunner Optic, a Destiny movie. What story would you want to follow? Saint 14, Osiris, Toland, Eris, Cade, Lords of Iron, etc. Anybody like this idea?
I'd love like just not a movie, because the story is already so massive.
You want a TV series?
I need
TV series.
Yeah, you need a TV series.
A movie, want HBO to pick it up.
5 movies.
Yep.
You
need HBO.
Yeah.
HBO's got to sign. So they can make some pretty raw stuff. It'd be great.
Second best would be AMC. I would think AMC.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Gonna have like 50 commercial breaks in a 30-minute episode. And then
I don't have cable, man. I just download
Netflix. You want Netflix to do it?
Yeah, you want Netflix to do it. You're right,
dude. Netflix is the one that they'll have the budget and they'll release it all at once.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'd pick AMC if like if they just air it on their network. If they have their hands in the development process of it, hell no. No.
You don't like
it's
AMC
gonna be
shows.
If
I'm watching The Night Manager, that's an AMC, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
pretty
so.
Good.
I don't know who's actually the ones that are making any of this, but like just Walking Dead is the biggest thing for me. Just they can't commit to anything in that for the most part, and they have to rely on.
Were they bad? Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul?
I don't know if is Breaking Bad an original series from them, or was that another company?
Oh, I don't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it's like just Walking Dead is like
IMDb guys,
minutes of just like blood, and then the last 2 minutes of an episode, there's like a massive cliffhanger. Something happens. You got to tune in next week and see what happens on Walking Dead. No, fuck you, AMC. I'm done.
Do you watch Game of Thrones?
Sucks, man, that show sucked for a long time. It's really not even worth your breath anymore.
Do you watch Game of Thrones? Because that's the exact formula.
That's like Game of Thrones has not the same formula at all.
Oh, are you kidding me? After every episode.
The show, though.
Stuff happens. The build up. Instead, like, you can cut out just about 80% of a Walking Dead episode and leave the last like 20% ish of the thing, and it's boom. And then there you go.
I got you. I haven't watched Walking Dead, so I can't compare.
Yeah.
That show is terrible. It is. It's garbage.
Well, I think Netflix would be the ultimate choice.
I watch every episode, but I hate myself for doing it. I feel dirty inside. I'd rather watch an episode of Supernatural than that show.
Listen, if it's going to be a studio, Netflix should fund it, and J.J. Abrams should produce it / direct it or something for a Destiny movie.
Hands full.
I would even take a book.
I don't care.
They could do
He's
like
got to clear his schedule.
Lore stuff in a book. That'd be great. I'd read a
That'd
book.
be great.
Agree.
Steve Lindsay, what's your favorite legendary hand cannon and what roles does it have?
Lord High Fixer. That's my favorite right now. Mine has rangefinder, sure shot, rifle barrel, I believe, and then army of one.
Oh god.
So it's got the range is just like.
That's all you want on hand cannons. I feel like right now, rangefinder and rifle barrel.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's my baby.
Do I have?
I don't have a favorite legendary because I haven't gotten one with good enough rolls. I'll use my AS Luna, which has rifle barrel but not rangefinder on it, and I'll use it, but I feel frustrated eventually.
Would you rather have luck in the chamber, or is it rangefinder only?
Chamber, rifle barrel, and rangefinder.
Yeah, can that roll actually? Can that roll with rangefinder and luck in the chamber? Do you know, Holtz?
Oh yeah,
which gun?
Actually.
Which gun?
Either AS Luna, or also Vanity too. I don't know if you know if Vanity can roll that.
I think it could. You might be able to roll that way.
Okay, which specific?
We want both rangefinder and luck in the chamber.
Rangefinder on an AS Luna, rangefinder and luck in the chamber. Yes, that's a possible roll. And what's the other gun?
And the Vanity.
Vanity.
That's the one.
The Vanity. Luck in the chamber. It is an Omelon one. I don't believe it's capable of rolling rangefinder.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, it can't roll rangefinder, but you could get like, you could get luck in the chamber and then triple tap or Icarus or Firefly or Outlaw or life support.
Yeah, it rolls. It rolls with life support and third eye, and I believe rifle barrel on the one in the tower.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, my favorite hand cannon is it's a Ufern with luck in the chamber and outlaw and rifled barrel, and it's
nice.
It has true sight on it. It's really consistent, but just that having 7 rounds in the hand cannon is pretty rough. Even though I know it's closer to real life, and whatever gameplay decisions can't be.
Yeah, but in real life, people don't jump 30 feet in the air.
Yeah, people don't jump 30 feet in the air, and the gun.
And they don't self-res from the dead or chuck Nova bombs.
Yeah.
Richard asked, apart from the obvious custom games, etc., what would you like to see Destiny evolve in the fall, quality of life wise? I'd like to see the end of 3 of Coins. I'd like to see that system just go away. I don't like it.
I think Watt's called it. We want wolves.
Wolves as pets. You want Riley?
Wolves as pets.
Sif.
That would be my quality of life improvement for Destiny. Or the option to like build a house, in all that like area that you look out the tower, and you see like.
That's not a quality of life. Let me tell you.
How about a barber?
I'm gonna build a house. I want to invite people over to pet my wolf and drink tea, guardian tea, and we can gardening.
Is it light tea? Is it light tea?
It's probably green tea.
Oh, okay.
Light tea would make more sense. Guardian.
Yeah. How do you think about it? They need a coffee shop in the tower. We need some like iced Americanos. That'd be great.
Like a small buff of like
space bugs.
In the tower.
As far as quality of life things go, being able to like delete stuff from the postmaster, that would be great.
Oh, yep, you're right.
Maybe be able to just like send an engram that you pick up to a special tab that you can then decrypt later.
We need a trash marker so we can just dismantle it once.
One of the things that the Division did really good is like I can mark this as junk and then delete all junk. There you go.
Yeah, that is nice.
That's a
the
really
UI in the Division is one of the best parts about that game.
It's
so many good things in there.
Yeah. Yep. There's a lot of little quality of life things like that they could do. I wish my inventory was devoted just to like the guns that I want to use and the armor that I want to use, and that if I wanted to go farm engrams or go farm a strike, that my inventory wouldn't then just fill up with a bunch of crap. I wish they had a separate inventory for the stuff that we pick up, like engram wise. I wish
you could organize your postmaster or I wish you could organize your vault somehow and like kind of
click and drag items.
Yeah, it's really bad. Like I can't even touch it without going to an app of some sort.
I know,
it's
right?
Confusing, and it's like there's pages, and then Like you accidentally hit the wrong button and you got to go back in. I don't like it.
Also, there's really no reason not to have the vault in your menu at this point. I mean, you can go into a website, transfer stuff back and forth from your vault immediately.
I think though the reason that is because of the old system.
Freaking old gen.
Blame last gen.
Last gen. Hashtag last gen.
I guess split that code base.
Days, what do you guys think if there were faction exotics that dropped from faction packages?
That would be cool.
Cool.
I like exotics.
And anything like going more into factions, I would be totally down with, because they have these factions, and it's like, yeah, you know, you can represent one, and you can only change once a week, and you can get their stuff, but there's nothing more to it. And I feel like maybe if there was a quest or something, like an exotic quest for that faction, you have, just like we did with the like exotic class items for them, like maybe we could get a certain rank with that faction, then we could unlock the quest chain for the exotic. Just bringing factions more into the game would make me happy in general.
Once you hit like level 50 with a faction, you got access to like more items in there from their store, something like that.
That would be cool. That would be cool too. Yeah, just more reason for me to want to get behind a faction as well, like knowing more about them. Like, what do you do, Future War Call? What is it that you do? And what do you do that's different to Dead Orbit? Why should I represent you? Because that's what we're doing. We're
my
representing.
gear is prettier.
Yeah.
I'm
there you
voiced
go.
by Peter Stormar. And
Faction Wars, Faction Wars would obviously be amazing, but just delving more into factions in general, I think would be great, because I'm rocking like their stuff on me, their shaders and stuff. It's like, why am I doing that? I want to know why.
Yep, I agree.
I don't know if we'll ever actually. Sorry to interrupt. I don't know if we'll ever actually see faction war type things.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just when I was listening to the Destiny or the ride along in the raid, I kept getting reminded that the overall theme is still like hopeful that they want to have for it, and like warring amongst ourselves. I don't know if that would. They'd have to spin it in a way that it would be like a healthy a hopeful competition. I guess. Never mind. Just
Iron Banner.
Motion. Do we need told that a new raid is coming? Should it not be suspected now after 1 year of no major content?
Well,
it's
It's
coming.
coming.
There we go.
We already knew.
They said in the ride along, they're like, "Can we talk about the raid?" And he was
also
like, "No."
confirmed
He called it. It's like dibs. Once it's been called, it's got to happen.
Yeah.
There we go. It's coming. Don't worry.
Yep. Fact.
Enrico Maldonado. Selfish question. How do I get involved in the Planet Destiny crew? I'm a Destiny parasite.
Are you a lore guy? We need a like on-site lore guy, even if it's just in chat.
We need an on-call one. We need to keep one on call.
Yeah.
Right.
We need an on-call lore guy.
Yeah. Just like you want to be a Planet, hang out during the Planet Destiny podcast, and if we're ever like, hey, lore guy, can you answer that? And then you could like type in the comments, and that would be kick-ass.
Yeah, that would be great.
I would say contact Ryan probably is the easiest way.
Yeah, I think a lot of like opening places is writing articles. You know, Ryan.
We're basically content. We're not always actively recruiting, but if you do go to work, then it's like, we can probably feature. We can probably do some work on the website.
Right. Let him know you're interested. Show him what you've got. Maybe next time he is recruiting, he'll know where to look.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Jan asks, an honest answer, what do you think is the reason by Bungie for having low Crucible drop rates?
Don't know.
It's all about.
I don't know if there is a reason.
Yeah. Just there's an equation. They pumped some numbers into it, and they thought it worked.
Like for the amount of drops that are available, I still feel like the drops are like too low. So really, it's about them dangling the carrot on the stick. But I don't know. It's a really big carrot, but it looks small because the stick is like, I don't know, suspended in the air a mile away from us. That analogy makes any sense.
And I wouldn't want to see it drop like crazy. Like I wouldn't want to see it go up to Iron Banner drops, to be honest with you.
No, I wouldn't want that either.
I would.
Yeah.
Well, God rules.
I mean,
That's
yeah,
the
you
thing,
get God
is
rolls.
I,
That's
I'm not on board with this whole like everybody needs a God roll thing. So
Mhm.
Damn, Briar. Damn,
I'm just
man.
not on board. I'm not on board.
Well, you shutting down my God rolls.
I'm not doing it. No God rolls for you.
Raj, Mags got killed by God roll fell winners, but then again, everyone did.
Yeah.
They're re-rolling.
I mean, I would like to see it go up a little bit though. I've only gotten one AS Luda since I've been playing Taken King. I've only gotten one. What's that shotgun that everybody's using?
Party Crasher?
Potty Crusher?
Yeah, I've only gotten one of those since Taken King. Like,
Yeah, I think I got 2.
I've gotten like
Potty
18
Crusher.
NL Shadows though, so go figure.
No, I'm in the same boat, man. I've gotten like one Party Crash, I think it was on the Xbox. Boo.
I mean, I've got other things though. Tom Walsh, if the tower were like Survivor, which NPC should be voted off? I don't know. Only one of these
Eris
motherfuckers
Morn.
give us raises.
Yeah, Eris. Just get rid of her.
Eris
She's creepy.
Morn.
She's scary. she's weird.
guys?
Out.
She's
She
creepy.
got
and weird.
drippy eyes. No thanks.
No. Eris is the one where everybody like, look, she's
You know,
creepy,
it would really
but
it'd be
she's
Eververse.
not.
It'd be
No,
fucking Eververse.
She's
The
evil, actually.
Biggest part of the Survivor is like the whole we got to eliminate the strongest people first, so then then us people that are better at scheming can listen. And like they get if there's like an obvious weakling, sure, but Eris has some like really big voodoo shit going on, so you don't want to fuck with her too early on in the game, or else everyone's gonna get wiped out. You got to
You want to get a river right away. Right
No,
away.
no.
She
Just
gotta
get rid of
go.
her. She's evil.
She's-
She
yeah.
has the potential to destroy us all. Get rid of her.
Beat it.
Or the speaker, because I have a feeling he's bad too. So get rid of her too.
Friend Eris, and then
No.
you can like help have her voodoo shit you be used to your benefit, and then by the time it's time to kick her out, then it'll be way easier because everyone's been affected by her already, so then it bounds against her, and then everyone looks up to you because you got rid of Eris, you orchestrated the whole thing.
It's not going to work that way, man.
Folks.
No,
This
it's not going to work that way because
manipulation.
Eris is manipulating you.
Yep.
Not if
The
I
whole
thought
time,
about
man.
that
She's
first.
got her
She's
drippy
right into the
eyes.
plan.
Not if I
She's got her
thought
drippy
about it
eyes
first.
directly into your brain. You ate the raisins. It's over.
You ate the raisins.
You've been infected. Yeah, she's got to go.
Yep. I'm gonna form alliance with Kate Six and Saladin.
Yeah,
Yep, there we go.
I love it.
Skull Heezy. Which one are your 3 favorite shaders? Which ones are your 3 favorite shaders?
Three.
I like that
favorites.
new Iron Man shader, even though everybody says I look like I work for McDonald's when I'm wearing it.
Is that Lion Dancer? Is that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Lion Dancer. It's bright. I like it.
Yeah. I like the Crucible one. Looks like I play for the
Chance
Seattle
on
Seahawks. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, I like that one too.
I like the one that is kind of like this bronzish color. It's like a dark bronze. I can't remember what, like
Bird and
umber.
Marshall? No.
No. It's new. It's new. I can't remember what it's called though.
I like the purple one from SRL,
Mhm.
where it's like just the little bits are purple. I like that a lot. I also like most of the SRL ones were really good.
They were good. They were bright.
They were bright. Yeah, they were bright shaders, and I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. So I think probably the SRL ones, the also the orange and black one, I like a lot. And then, like you said, the Crucible shader. Got to
Oh.
become one with the Crucible all the
Right.
time. Makes you better play.
Ooh,
I don't know. I don't know the names of mine. I like those black ones.
I use the old guard shader on my hunter.
What color
and
is that? Is that the one that
it's the like the black and then dark gray one with tiger stripes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And-
I use that one a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the year one.
I just
shader.
don't like the tiger stripes on that.
Yeah, well,
Tacky, man.
whatever. I can rock it. My hunter can rock it.
Well,
He's
you
usually
got
a
Savannah?
anyway.
Oh yeah, definitely. Your hunter can get away
Yeah.
with it.
You a
yeah,
leopard on the savannah? What is this?
Yeah. And then I think I use Amudat Ink on my Titan, and I think I use
is that?
I think I use the same thing, or it's one of the new trial shaders on my Warlock as well.
Yeah. The trial shaders are pretty cool too.
Yeah. They're
some-
really rare. Like they are really rare from what I've
Yeah.
seen.
I still like
I've
the
gotten
rock
quite a bit.
blacksmith shader because it's still rare, even though a lot more people have it than they used to.
Mhm.
People still ask me what it is all the time. And the Nepal
Nice.
shader I like to rock because it's red, white,
yeah,
and
that's
blue.
a rare one too.
And I like to say America every time I use a Titan Smash.
America.
That's great.
All right, next, Griffin Smith. What would you think of a Greek/Roman themed Trials gear set?
No.
Togas? Come on, no togas?
I'm not going to be running around in a toga.
Toga.
With
not for
links in my hair.
trials. Not for trials.
Yeah, not for trials. It's Osiris, right?
Mhm.
Which is very, very much so an
Like-
Egyptian theme.
I definitely want to see new Trials gear.
New trials gear, yeah. But
Yeah.
probably sticking with the whole Egyptian thing would be cool.
Looks like we're going to have the Trials gear for a year and a half here.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it switch up in the Rise of Iron.
Yes.
The Melbu, pancakes or waffles, and obviously, why pancakes?
I'm choosing waffles out of spite.
Waffles are the superior breakfast choice. I'm sorry, they are.
Waffles
the nooks and
have
crannies, the
Yeah, they have
crunchiness,
True.
it's
a lot of
better. It's just
a lot of
better.
utility.
I like
waffles
waffles.
A
have
lot of utility.
built-in cups for the syrup that you pour in there,
Mhm.
so it holds it instead of just kind of blying down everywhere with
Yep.
They're also good for not just breakfast. Like I feel
Yeah.
a little better eating waffles.
You
for
can
dinner
pick one up,
than
take it with you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Whoa,
Yeah,
not with the
waffles
syrup.
you
Not with
can't
the
eat on
syrup.
the go.
Not with
Well,
the
that-
syrup.
no,
Not with
you
the
can-
syrup.
Oh, you can hold it like a disc, like a disc, and then the little pockets there keep all the syrup in.
No.
that
As
would
soon as you
bite
bite
into
that,
your
it's dripping on your
plan.
hand.
Fatally flawed, my friend.
As soon as you bite down, it's dripping on your hand. Then you're
You're
like,
gonna
oh
have
god, I got
some
syrup
major
all over my
issues.
hands. Yep.
Calling waffles. Plus,
Also, I have to eat the gluten-free
waffles
ones.
goes
So.
so much better with fried chicken. Fried chicken waffles.
Damn, fried chicken and waffles.
Yeah.
Somebody
That
told
sounds
me
like a
that.
Southern thing.
Somebody told me that Roscoe's was going bankrupt in L.A. I was like,
Yeah.
what?
I cooked that shit over here myself. It's delicious. You don't need Roscoe.
Whoa! Don't you be talking trash about my Roscoe's? Don't you be talking trash?
I won't talk trash about it because I've never actually had it. But I'm saying it's a Southern thing, and they took it from us.
You know,
Yeah, I can't have it anymore because I'm gluten-free. But
Too, from last week, you guys were asked what's better, creamy or chunky peanut butter, and you fuckers stuck me with chunky peanut butter.
Yeah.
What kind
Yeah.
of monster do you think I am?
because nobody no, man, I don't want that. Hell no.
Creamy, man, creamy, crunchy peanut butter.
Sorry. Yeah.
You didn't think I was listening? I was listening. Crunchy peanut butter. George Swift UK asks, "What are your realistic expectations for the next DLC? What would exceed your expectations?"
We're gonna
20
learn about iron stuff.
Iron stuff, lots of
Really?
hard metals, smeltable metal.
Lots of brown and
Smelting.
silver shaders.
Yes, they're gonna make a smelting process. First time in Destiny, it's gonna you smelt your axe. It's gonna be great.
You wanted reforging? Fuck you. You get smelting.
Yeah, you have to forge
There
these
you go.
weapons.
Might have a little bit of fine soldering as well.
I think the realistic expectations for whatever the expansion is hopefully a raid. I think
Definitely.
everyone's kind of expecting that, not just due to that's been called an expansion, but because it's like a year after. It's a year after, the other raid. So we kind of need another raid right now.
Yeah.
Some new PvP maps, maybe a new game mode, and then let's say 10 story missions. Say 10 story missions.
Yeah.
10.
A significant number of strikes too, because I get more replayability out of strikes than I do out of story
Yeah.
missions.
Mm-hmm.
The story missions, we do the daily stories, but to be honest with you, even when they're the heroic dailies, they're not that difficult. I'd much rather have them focus on strikes. Reuse as much content as they want to get the story missions done, because frankly, I don't really care about them that much once I play through them the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Focus your energy on strikes, the raid, new PvP maps, and I'd like to see a new PvP game mode that is like the size and scope of Trials of Osiris or Iron Banner. More really Trials of Osiris. Like, it'd be fun to. Trials of Osiris is getting a little old to me personally. I'd like to see them do something along those lines again, like something.
Maybe
new.
just spice up trials and make it
Yeah,
a little more spicy.
a little more. Maybe a new lighthouse to go to or expanded lighthouse. I don't know. That's not enough though. Even that, I need something like a new elimination type game mode, you know, like something along those lines that feels fresh and rewarding and fun.
Mm-hmm.
I just want the games to be like feel great. Like,
It said realistic. It said realistic.
Realistic.
Wow. Wow.
I just want those Trials games to be crispy. Yeah, I don't want no phantom bullets. You know, I don't know.
B-Rob, what do you guys do outside of playing video games? Work and or fun?
We're all like, what?
Shit. We kind of play video games. I usually play video games.
I watch anime. There you go. I watch a lot of anime.
Noise.
That's a thing.
Noise. I'm in the process of setting up my music studio again since we moved. So
Nice.
that's always fun. Making beats and all that, producing music, writing music with the wife, memes.
I do photography. I've been doing a lot of photography right now because it's kind of in season.
Yep.
I've been doing I play a lot of like, basically old man sports like softball and golf and things like that. I just got a new puppy, so I've been training a puppy and spending a lot of time walking and playing with the puppy. And I like to drink beer. That's fun.
Beer is fun, right?
Yeah, and then I play other video games besides Destiny occasionally.
Yeah. Noise.
Nolan Black asks, I got a God roll doctrine, but found the weapon meh. Anyone found a weapon that fits the meta, but you dislike?
That fits the meta, but I just
fits the meta, but you just don't like it for whatever reason.
I actually don't like doctrine. It doesn't work with my overall play style. I'm really airborne, like I'm really, really mobile, and doctrine just doesn't feel like it meshes well with that. So yeah,
I can agree with that. Yeah, there's definitely been moments where I've used doctrine and it's been fine, but then I've had moments where I use it and I'm like, another weapon would have been much better for me in this situation. Yeah.
For a while, I didn't like the doctrine because I was like, I just didn't like the archetype, didn't like the bullet hose type of thing, and then I just gave it more and more chances. And I saw Pope play it, or Pope was using it, and I was like, okay, I'll give it more shots, and literally more shots in it. And then now I realize how powerful it is, but it wasn't immediately obvious to me. It took time to realize that the doctrine was just ridiculous.
For me, it was the Thorn last summer when everybody was using Thorn. I was just bored with using Thorn all the time. I just refused to use it because I didn't like using the weapon.
Yeah, we stopped using it too.
Yeah, and like for me, I knew it was the best weapon to use. I knew that if I wanted to win, it was the easiest way to get the job done, but I just refused to use it. I was just bored of using it. Taylor Nixon says, should Icarus be a rollable perk on snipers? No. I say no.
I mean, it can be, but I don't think it would be that useful.
If it was useful, I would be upset about it.
What was it? Icarus on snipers?
Icarus on snipers.
I mean, sure. I'd love it. I know
you would. I would hate it. I would hate it. Like this guy just cross mapped me because he's got Icarus on a sniper rifle. He was in the air. Fuck that. That's
I would
wrong.
like to see it, but only if they lower sniper rifle body shot damage by a pretty significant
and if they
amount.
Lowered aim assist by a significant amount.
Yeah, there you go.
Because aim assist on snipers is outrageous right now.
There you
go.
Yep. General Disarray. Question for all of you. What's in your pockets? Don't lie. I'll know.
I don't have pockets currently.
No pockets.
Nothing.
Yeah, I don't have anything in my pockets right now.
Patrick, anything in your pockets?
Actively keep things in their pockets.
My wallet.
Why'd you have your wallet on you?
You have your wallet on you?
Yeah.
Is it in case of an emergency? You gotta run you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's actually because I keep a beer opener in my wallet. That's the entire the beer bottle cap opener. That's entirely. I can take it out of my. Fine, I'll take it out because it's clearly an issue for everyone.
You don't have a beer opener?
The truth is, right? Like I left the house to go get some food, and then came back, and then basically had to start the podcast. So I just never got a chance to, or didn't think to empty my pockets. And then I have my house keys. So yeah.
So here's a question for you: do you keep the wallet in your back pocket, or when you're sitting down, do you put it in your front pocket?
Fucking front pocket.
Okay. No, I'm just wondering.
No, I never understood the back pocket thing. One, and it's really obvious, is I got to reach back there to get and it's like it feels like it's less accessible. And then when you sit down on it, it's uncomfortable. There are massive disadvantages to having your wallet in your back pocket, and I've never understood why everyone does it, other than like, well, my dad. That's why my dad did it. But it's like, well, question it. It's just fucking stupid.
Well, when I'm walking, I keep it in my back pocket.
Why?
Because I don't like it in the front.
Why?
Yeah, I do the same thing actually.
Yeah, but when I sit down, I take it out.
Like if I'm mobile.
I don't like it. I don't like it slapping against my butt. When it's on my front.
How loose are your pants?
Yeah, how loose are your pants?
I don't know. I don't know. What's the optimum?
Like getting slapped by your wallet? What's in your wallet, man? Too much metal.
It's a rather large wallet, truthfully. It's pretty big.
It is. That's a man-sized wallet. Right there.
It's a man wallet. Big wallet right here. So you gotta. I
don't carry a full-size wallet. I just have a clip.
Okay.
A couple of
nice.
Then I can understand
and no paper because I'm always broke.
Yeah.
Briar's a pimp. Actually, he uses a clip. That's what's going on, isn't it? Right?
I just have the clip, but it's just got like a couple of cards and some cash in it. I carry a gangster roll in my left pocket.
There it is.
Money.
There it is.
On my right pocket, I have a multi-tool and an old phone that I was going to fix for my kid. And in my other pocket, I got another phone. That's it.
Sweet.
All right, next, Muju at Muju the Beast. I've been out of the loop with Destiny lately. What should I do to get back into the grind? That's the beauty of Update 2.2. You can do whatever you want.
You can do whatever you want.
much
Yeah,
everything.
literally do whatever you want.
Yeah.
There you go.
Except you don't level up by staying in the tower.
Don't just stand around in the tower kicking balls around. There you go.
Don't dance in the tower.
There is, like, I don't know. I do spend a lot more time in the tower, I feel like, now. Although my postmaster's goddamn full.
I mean, I just maxed out my vault and my postmaster's still full, and I'm like,
yeah, my vault is full too.
My
The
vault's
extra page got filled up in a record time.
I got to go through and clean stuff out. It's tough. It's tough, guys.
I hate it. BT 90,001. What are your thoughts on a friendly fire modifier? I think that'd be super fun.
Definitely.
Would be interesting.
Oh boy.
It would be interesting. Really maybe as a rotatable game mode.
Great power comes great responsibility, and I myself cannot be trusted with said responsibility.
No, I can't either. I would definitely
the grenade spam. The grenade spam would be unbelievable. Those lightning grenades killing your teammates. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I mean, in Halo Reach, the grenades were ridiculous. They had a large and powerful blast radius, and whenever you went in with pubs and people who didn't understand that, you'd get grenaded all the time in the middle of battles that were your teammates' grenades, but it would give the enemy the score. Yeah.
Dave asks, it kind of feels like we're back to content drought status again. What's keeping you interested in playing?
I enjoy the Crucible, honestly. I enjoy playing the Crucible. I enjoy Trials. I enjoy getting my package and trying to get like Grim Citizen and trying to get an even better longbow. So and also getting armor I want to get armor that looks the way that I want it to look. My perfect looking armor is what I really want to get as well. So I honestly just enjoy PvP and Destiny. So playing that and getting loot from there, it feels good. I like it.
Yeah, PvP is the only time where I actually feel like I'm getting newish experiences. So I'm having those unexpected experiences in PvP. And PvE to me is just I know exactly what's going to happen. I kill stuff, loot drops. I get disappointed from said loot. At least in PvP, I can see like, oh man, that was a really good play, or oh man, this guy's really good. This should be a really fun match. Just stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For me, it's just the stream that keeps me playing, to be honest with you. It's everything else seems like I'm just doing it over and over again till I do it on stream, and then I start having fun. I start interacting with people. I get viewers in there. And to me, it's just become like something I like to do with people, as opposed to when the content's new and fresh, I'll sit there and I'll play for 8 hours by myself. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm just playing. I'm basically just playing when I'm streaming at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty much in that category too. You know, I just like there's not a whole lot that I want to do offline or off stream.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, there's some things I should do off stream, like clean out my Postmaster.
Yeah.
But I never do. I do it on stream. You know, so yeah, that's fun. Like you said, it's fun playing with viewers, subs, followers, all that. It's really fun.
One of the things though, like, you know, I'm basically making content for video games, like streaming it or making it for YouTube. It's a very odd thing for me to play a game, not for those circumstances. Like, not
it
like
feels super weird.
It feels really weird when I'm just playing a game, not to record footage, not to use it for something else, not while streaming, not for like for a specific purpose on YouTube, just to play a video game, just to play it is a very
because you're
odd
at least
experience
always
for me
recording the gameplay, right? You're always at least recording it.
Yeah, I'm always doing it. I'm always recording it, just in case something fun happens. But like even then, I can't record a lot of my PC games because I don't have a capture system set up for it. So it's just really odd for me to play a PC game and be like, wait, I can't use this for anything.
I just use XSplit, honestly.
Yeah, I could just record all of it.
Capture it through XSplit.
XSplit's great.
It actually works pretty well.
Yeah. XSplit's awesome because also you can have a higher quality video recording than stream, you know, so you don't get just the stream copy if you are streaming at the same time. That's really nice. There are times though where a game will come out and I'll be like, oh, I'd rather play that offline by myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Then stream
Especially
a game
games like
that
Dark
right
Souls.
now. I'm playing Stellaris right now, which is just a hex based. It's real time, but it's just like a strategy game along the lines of Civilization. I have no interest in playing that on stream. It's just for me to hang out with.
Yeah.
Ori and the Blind Forest was like that for me.
Oh,
like
that game was so good.
It was so beautiful, and it's one of those games where it might not be that fun to watch, but it's a beautiful game, beautiful gameplay. Like that was a game that I definitely just enjoyed.
It's fun to watch somebody who's really good at that game because that game was hard, and if you know that and you can appreciate somebody who's good at it, it's pretty fun to watch it.
Nice. I haven't played that yet.
I'm thinking about playing BioShock Infinite on stream just to play it.
That's a great game.
Yeah, I need to play that. Also need to I got halfway through Fallout 4 on PS4 and then I stopped because I built a PC during Christmas time. And now I want to play it with 60 FPS graphics.
Yeah.
Ultra mods.
Typical Tefty thing.
Yeah.
High graphical fidelity. I can't
Dude,
wait
Doom on Ultra on the PC.
I bet it looks great.
Oh.
Yeah.
That game is actually
really
stunning on
good.
PlayStation 4. Like, I don't know how they managed to keep that game running at 60 frames per second, 1080p.
Yep.
But man, it looks fucking good.
They did an incredible job in the engine, the Tech 6 engine. Yeah, they knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, I hope that becomes an engine that people can buy and use for other games because it looks phenomenal.
Yeah. Yeah, they're doing some magic on that.
Overwatch has a similar technology too. So like that might be like the next leap.
Game.
That might be that next leap in graphic quality is that the way they can dynamically adjust the resolution to keep the frame rate high. I think Overwatch and Doom are both doing that.
Yeah.
That might be that next thing that we see, you know, because those games look significantly better than anything else we've seen on PS4.
Blizzard is just also very well known for optimizing their games. You can run World of Warcraft on an absolute potato of a computer.
That game never looked good to me though.
Yeah, but they have done massive graphical updates to it.
I've seen it lately. It still doesn't look like doesn't look like a high end like amazing.
Doesn't blow you away.
It's a very different art style. I will admit that.
It's not Doom.
It's not the art.
It's not.
It's just it doesn't look good.
All right.
I mean, it looks fine. It doesn't look bad, but it's not like I'm not gonna sit there and go, "Wow."
No, see, there's portions in Doom, and yes, it is extremely bloody and violent. But if you're to take out the blood and the parts where you actually rip some of the enemies in half, and think about the Hive being those enemies, like there's this one witch-like enemy that is like, oh my god, it's Omnigul, and she's got these crazy streaks that are happening and all that in the Doom engine. If that was happening in Destiny, I mean, it would be next level. Those type of graphics. Seriously.
Hopefully, Destiny 2, we see like a big generational leap.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, to me, games like Uncharted, Doom, Overwatch, they're making the best case for not buying a PS4 0.5 that you could possibly make, because those games look unbelievable on the current generation hardware.
They do look very good. They look very good.
And then when you play it on PC, it looks even better.
Yep.
That's true.
That's true. And you can get it at a higher resolution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, guaranteed 60 FPS or higher, or 4K if you have the graphics. This is the new 1080s coming out.
Can't play Uncharted on PC, but the other ones
work. No. Yeah.
Anything else?
No, that was all the questions for today.
Oh,
okay.
All right. Well,
cool.
I think that was a pretty good podcast.
Yeah, almost 3 hours. Holy cow. Well, 3 hours live.
It's 3 hours live.
3 hours.
Yeah.
I'm sure the edited version will be much shorter than this. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in. This 71st episode.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't. There's a leak.
There was lots of hype.
There's stuff to talk about
there
this
was
week.
Wolves and snow and tight capes and walls that are broken.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to next week to talk about the PvP stream. I think that should be really fun.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to watch it. Try not to sleep.
All right. Thank you everyone for tuning in. This has been Patrick Casey with Planet Destiny. You can find me at Holtzman_PD on Twitter and on Twitch at Holtzman, and just PlanetDestiny.com. You'll find me, I'm sure.
I'm Briar Rabbit. You can find me on Twitter at @TheBriarRabbit. You can find me streaming on Twitch, either right here on the Planet Destiny page or on my own page. Just look for Briar Rabbit there. You can find me playing YouTube or making YouTube videos. Look for the Briar Rabbit channel, or in the grocery aisle next to the creamy peanut butter.
Fantastic. I'm Tefty Teft. You can talk to me at Teft on Twitter. You can check the streams I do for Planet Destiny and on my personal channel, twitch.tv/Tefty Teft. I'm also posting Let's Play highlights on my my personal YouTube if you're interested in anything like that. And Instagram, beard selfies, all that stuff. Yeah, hit me up.
And I'm Miss 5000 Watts. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram if you wish, YouTube, and Twitch, all under the same name. And yeah, I think that's it.
All right, guys. Well, that was the 71st episode of the Planet Destiny podcast. We will see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
And then stop recording.